Are you kidding me?
Hi.
It's not too late. We can bail if you need to.
I have my water.
That's good.
All right.
I told
Staying
you to do
hydrated.
it.
It's very important.
I'm glad you went with that color too.
Yeah, me too.
Is that a Stanley Cup?
No,
Okay, good for you.
I have one though.
Oh, she.
Oh.
Yeah,
But
take
it
it
was
back, Ash.
gifted. It was gifted.
Okay. All right.
It was gifted.
That redeems you.
Hopefully
for
my
you.
mom doesn't listen to this.
Have you used
I'm sure she
Stanley
will.
Cups before?
Just since Christmas when my mom got it for me.
Are they worth sleeping outside of Target for?
No.
No.
No, I got this one at Target. And I like this one better than my Stanley.
Okay, but it's not.
But it's
What
not
if you-
Stanley.
a
It's
Stanley
Simple
Cup?
Modern.
Oh.
Yeah. And it's bigger, and the straw matches the cup, which I think is aesthetically pleasing. And it doesn't leak. The Stanley leaks everywhere.
Does it?
It's terrible.
The lid is actually interesting on that.
Yeah. It's
have
great.
you looked at that? The way that the straw is just nestled down
Yeah.
inside of it.
It's leak proof.
Yeah. Oh, is that why it does
Is
it
it?
like that?
So if you like dump it upside down
It will only come through the straw.
through the straw, okay.
But it won't come through here.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I need another one.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
Remember, I tried you to get two.
No,
and
you
w-
didn't.
I said get both colors because you couldn't decide. Yes, I did. I
Okay.
said get two. You said
Well-
I don't need 2 water bottles.
Then let me use the credit card.
No, I was paying for it.
Okay.
It's too late now. No,
No, it's not.
The offer's rescinded.
No. Just wait till you want something.
Like what?
I don't know. The next time you want something. That's like our bargaining tool. I save what I want so that when you want something, I can be like, well, you can get that if I can get this.
Actually,
Just wait till the end
That's
of the
what
show.
we always do.
actually,
wait till the end of the show.
no. The most recent thing you bought your sandals. I didn't get anything out of that, so it's my turn.
You always want to get something, though.
But I didn't.
The only reason you said yes was because you were a little bit tipsy.
So
I thought you were going to say no. I was ready for it.
I know you're ready for like a whole
I was
speech.
ready to just swipe my own card.
You sat down next to me. You're like, "Hey, listen, I want something." You were like ready for it.
Have you seen my other ones, though?
No.
Terrible. The
yeah.
whole soul is just coming off of it.
I know, my dad
literally
had to
wore
glue
them
it.
until they were literally falling apart. And the strap, completely out.
Yeah. So my point is that I have something next to buy.
Did that make you nervous at all Tuesday night when she came in here and sat down next
What
to
do
you?
you think I was going to say?
I was nervous. I didn't know what the heck was happening. You don't ever do that.
Well, that's because I don't buy
And
expensive
that was Tuesday
shoes
night.
very often.
What were we doing Tuesday night?
We
Y'all
were
were
all-
getting way too rowdy for a weeknight.
No, that's
were
just
not
You were
rowdy.
swinging
No.
from branches off
Okay.
of the AC unit. So please don't tell me that you weren't being rowdy.
I came home.
Swing.
Yes,
came
you
home-
were. And I can see there's branches on the ground.
That's from the storm. I came
Yes,
home. I
sure.
came home from work yesterday. Ash and Savanna goes, "What did you say?" You said, "Were you hanging on branches last night?" And I was like, "What are you talking about?" She goes, "There is video apparently of you hanging out of a tree."
Yeah.
Katie told her.
Yeah.
Zach.
So
Zach, dude.
I saw on TikTok where someone was talking about how they were like me on a Friday night, me on a Saturday night, and it's them like drinking and they're being like so calm about it. And then it's like me on a random weeknight and they're like swinging from the trees. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is
That's
our
literally
men.
it. So
I was
do
like,
you
this
want
is
to?
them on a Tuesday night.
Have you
And she was like, have you seen the videos? And I was like, what videos?
There you go. Just hit play.
Oh, so you did have the video the whole time.
We wanted to wait until the.
we wanted your reaction on air.
So press play whenever you're ready.
I'm not ready.
And I'll put this on the
Is this what
YouTube.
y'all? Is this why y'all were saying Savannah don't come outside?
Nope, that was
No.
completely unrelated.
No.
Just hit play.
Oh my gosh, I'm scared.
It'll be fine. It's on the top.
Is there any way you can splice this into the video?
It is. That's from you. That's not from the wind. Where did that drink come from?
Why did you rewind it?
Holy fuck.
Oh.
Just wait.
Oh. is that loud? Who's that videoing?
That's Ash.
You're like wheezing.
Yeah, it's a long story how we even got the idea. But I think it came out pretty well. And I got the tree out of the tree.
The branch?
Yep.
The limb.
The limb at the branch out of the tree. So you're welcome.
You left it there.
Yeah. It was raining. What do you want me to do?
Okay, and that didn't stop you from being out there.
No.
No.
That was fun. I got the one out of the front yard too, actually. The one out of the tree. Did you see that on the
Did
ground?
you swing on that one too?
No, that's where we got the idea. I ripped it down, and then I thought, brainstorm, we should have recorded and did a whole thing. Then I remembered that there's another fallen branch in the backyard, so that's when we went back there.
So, have you heard of the story of when we first started dating with him in trees? He
No.
has a thing for climbing in trees when he's a little bit drunk.
Do you?
Because the very first time that I met majority of his friends,
I forgot.
almost all of them except for probably you.
We had a house party.
They had a house party at the old house, and everyone and their mother was there, it seemed like. And he got very drunk and was very high in one of the trees in the backyard. I don't know who dared him to climb up that tree, but he was very high in the tree.
I'll fix the story when she's done.
No, that's what you did. You were very high up.
I know
in that
there was
tree.
reasons for it. Blanca brought Jacob a pinata.
The pinata.
And we were like, we need
Is
to
that
hang
what
it
you were
somewhere.
doing?
And I was like, I got it. So I went up there and I held on to it when he.
I think when he gets intoxicated, he just thinks he's a monkey or something.
No, I'm invincible.
Or that.
It's not that. I just want everybody to have a good time. And if no one can swing in a pinata,
Yeah.
party's over.
That's what you were doing Tuesday night too, right? Hanging a pinata.
No, I was doing yard
so
work.
you
I told you.
He really
No.
was.
No.
He really was.
Then why did he leave it there?
It was raining.
Yeah.
That
My
is
hand-
no excuse.
My hands are tied.
And it was
really
dark.
weren't.
Where was he going to take it to? It was pitch black outside.
Yeah.
I feel attacked right now.
No. You're not being attacked. I'm just explaining myself.
No, it's not a good explanation.
Well, tomorrow.
Because you've had Wednesday and Thursday.
But he's worked both days.
Wednesday, I got home at 10 o'clock. Thursday,
We have jobs.
do it.
Savannah. Plural.
plural.
And you think I don't?
No, you have a job.
You have a job.
We have jobs.
No. He
No
gets
one-
one day off a week every
we are
week.
not validated
So are we
by
really going to
anybody.
talk about this right now? No.
We are not validated by anybody with this second job.
They don't understand.
No. It's work.
And you could opt out any day.
No, I don't want
Yeah.
to.
Okay, well then it's not a job if you want to.
That makes no sense.
Uh-huh.
I don't want to go to work, but I go. That's a job.
Okay, now you're confusing me.
I know.
Okay, I don't like this conversation.
My wife Savanna is
I'm
here
tapping
on
out.
the podcast.
Our demographic horizons have expanded.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah. I think we went up maybe 2 or 3 percentage points on YouTube now that you're here.
Right.
I'll put you in the thumbnail. We'll
It'll
see
be
if
good
we'll-
for the ratio.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You need to expand your
Demographic horizons?
horizons.
I told
It was getting a little bit.
we don't have a lot of female friends. It's just a reality. We have one female friend, Jules.
Yeah.
Well,
Um,
Lucy, but
and
like,
Alicia,
yeah, but she lives in Jersey.
Hannah.
She's right. She's not our
Blanca.
friend. She's
I can think of lots of friends.
okay. Okay, that's different.
It'd be pretty cool to have Blanca and David on.
That would be cool.
It would be cool, but they're never
Do they
around.
listen to this?
I doubt it.
David and Blanca, come
I
be on the
doubt
podcast.
We only have room for one more.
They
As
can share a
far
mic.
as maybe okay, fine. Next time Tim leaves, we'll invite David and Blanca.
Cool. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be up for that.
Yeah. Me
Okay.
too. I'm up for it.
Okay.
Let's do it.
Okay. She's already changing the show.
So you're coming back on?
You're going to have to give me a few weeks.
A few weeks. What do you mean?
Well, obviously, you're going to have Tim back next week so y'all can talk about his honeymoon. So that's at least 1 week. I need a rest period. All this publicity, it's going to get to me.
Oh my.
No, I get it. All the 49 viewers. It's tough. You got to beat them off with a stick.
I can only imagine.
Yeah.
Sounds like a hurricane outside.
It does.
Good
It was
grief.
Oh
so.
my gosh.
It was so windy when I was driving home that
Yeah.
I could like feel my car moving from the wind.
I literally got knocked off my axis when I was delivering to somebody and the wind hit me. I was
Your
waiting
what?
for a signature off my axis.
Axis.
Yes.
The center of
Okay.
gravity.
Yes. My Z-axis.
Interesting. I've never heard that one.
X-axis.
Right.
You sure?
Yes.
Then what's the Z-axis?
There is no
No,
Z-axis.
there is a Z-axis. In 4-dimension, there's a Z-axis.
Oh, but we don't live in 4 dimension.
Absolutely we do. What do you mean?
No, we live in a 3D world.
You're right.
I'm not even going to try to.
But
But-
isn't X and Y axis 2D?
To what?
Yes.
2-dimension.
Oh.
So a Z would be a third.
All right, we're straying into territory that I'm not familiar with,
Oh, okay.
so I'm
We'll
going
revisit.
to stop talking.
Okay, we'll revisit next week. I
Yeah.
just got blown over by the wind. My hat got knocked off 50 times today. I was very angry today at the wind.
And that's the only thing you're angry about?
Yeah?
Oh. That's good.
Yeah. I guess.
Must not have been a bad day at work then.
No, it wasn't that bad.
That's good.
Trying to think if it was. Nah, it was fine.
That's good because I didn't really hear from you all day.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
All right. Let's not turn it into this.
No.
You
it's
are
fine.
always way
I
more
was
busy than
actually
me
very
at work.
busy. I probably wouldn't have been able to respond very much. I didn't even eat a lunch.
So why am I getting heat?
No, I was just saying you were very busy because you didn't text me at all.
And you didn't text me either. Because you were probably busy.
I was.
I'm not holding you accountable.
Huh?
I'm not holding you accountable. I'm just saying you were probably busy. I didn't say
I was just
you
making
didn't
a
text me.
statement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, this is our time to catch up. How was your day?
I was busy. I think I've said that at least 7 times.
Yeah.
Should I tell y'all again what I did today?
Go for it.
For the
For the people at home?
people?
Yeah.
Today, I helped stock downtime bins. Downtime bins.
You sound like me on this episode, on
Because-
this podcast.
Yeah. Because we're having a downtime on Saturday night, Sunday morning at 2 a.m. From 2 a.m. to 10 a.m., our systems are going to be down. So none of the nurses are going to be able to chart in the system on any admissions. And just to preface for all the subscribers, I work at like the busiest labor and delivery postpartum hospital in Atlanta. So there's a lot of admissions and a lot of patients and a lot of employees. So it's going to be a little rough.
Well, you're
but-
not going to be there.
But I don't work weekends, so
Nice.
guess who doesn't have to deal with it.
Mhm.
But I prepped it just for them. I made sure they all have little bundles, postpartum, maternal, and newborn. And now all they have to do is just pull it out in paper chart.
Like
and
the olden
then-
times.
Like, yeah, it's like ancient.
Mm-hmm.
We don't do that anymore. Never did it when I was there in the past 4 years.
Yeah.
But
Remind me about olden times.
then after 10, when the system comes back, they'll have to like back chart some of the stuff from 2 to 10.
Do you think that's going to leak into Monday at all for you?
I sure hope not.
It might.
My other worry is that Joint Commission is supposed to be coming soon. And if they come on Monday, that's going to be a nightmare because all of the charts aren't going to look right.
Mhm.
And then if they come and they start auditing our charts, surely they wouldn't come after we had a big downtime like that.
I don't know.
What is Joint Commission?
They come and basically check the hospital for like all the
Like an audit.
like what?
Like an audit, kind of.
Kind of. They audit charts and they check to make sure that the hospital's clean, and they make sure that there's like a lot of like different regulations like run by the state and stuff, and they have to make sure that the hospitals are abiding by those things.
So it's like food inspectors,
Yeah,
health
but for
inspectors for
hospitals.
restaurants? Got you.
Yeah. And if like Joint Commission comes in and says like you have all these different things that are wrong or bad, then they like you have to do like different reports to fix the issues, and it's a pain.
Do you get scored?
Yeah, I think. I think they score it. I don't know if they score it, but they also interview staff, which is a little bit intimidating.
Have you ever been interviewed?
No, I was night shift, so if I knew they were coming, I was dodging them. Yeah, hiding in the break room.
It was like, sir, I can't talk right now.
Yeah,
There's a
they
baby
were like,
being
Joint
born.
Commission's coming, and I was like, clocking out right now.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah.
That sounds like it's going to be a rough weekend for them.
Well, maybe. I guess we'll see. It depends. Maybe our census will be low and there won't be very many emissions. And then
Yeah.
it won't really affect any of them.
That's a good point.
Or it could be like one of those weird Sundays where like everyone in Atlanta decides to deliver their baby. That happens every so often too. What's so funny?
I don't know.
I don't either.
I'm just so happy you're here. Do you have anything to say? Because I want to ask her about old times.
Go for it.
Old timies.
He's really been thinking about this.
Renaissance Fair.
Oh.
You're going next week.
Have you been there before?
Yes.
How many times?
Once.
How recently?
Last year.
Okay.
In like May.
And what was the experience like?
Oh my God. It's amazing.
Yeah, she loved it.
It's like the best. I mean, other than it's the fact that it's like 7,000 degrees outside. And it's a Renaissance festival. So there's no air conditioning. And
right.
even the bathrooms are like kind of
They have
gross.
bathrooms?
Yeah, but they're like
That's not
big
realistic.
porta potties.
People got to be able to.
They have
use
them
the
like-
Not
restroom.
realistic.
What are you supposed to do?
If it's a Renaissance festival, I want them to go all out.
You want what? You want people to just do it?
You know, dig trenches.
Oh my, no. No, they have giant porta potties that are like pushed off in the back, and they have like things covering them. So you have to walk through like a little wall in an alleyway to get to the bathrooms. But let's stop talking about toilets.
Okay, fine. I was telling Ashton, I was talking to one of my drivers this morning, one of my friends, and somehow it came up that you were going to the Renaissance Fair next weekend.
What
And
did
he
they
goes,
say?
let me show you something. He walks me 2 trucks down and shows me the truck. The entire truck is full of 50-pound huge boxes. He goes, I'm delivering to the Renaissance Festival today.
Oh, that's so.
And he
cool.
goes every time, because he's been
I
delivering.
wish I could go see that.
You're going to the Renaissance Festival. What do
I
you mean?
know, but that's cool.
You
He
want to see
says-
boxes in the back of a
No,
truck?
No, I want to see them set it up.
Oh.
I think it's like, I don't know what it is. But he said every time he goes there, there's 2 people that come to his truck and help, get the packages off in full character, in full clothes.
Oh yeah, I'm sure they have like ears and everything.
He goes, it's very strange. He goes, I'm in and out pretty quickly.
Great.
Yeah.
Then he would probably think I'm strange.
Maybe.
Yeah, so we went last year, Hannah and I, and they do themed weekends. So like the weekend that we're going next weekend, it's not really a themed weekend, but it's just pet friendly weekend. So everyone's probably going to have all their dogs and animals there. And people bring like weird animals. Like when we were there, well, not weird, but different animals. So, like the last time we were there was like a guy with like a turtle that had like a little thing on his back, and he was like walking the turtle around. It had like this big, I don't know, he had like a little thing attached to his shell.
You think someone's going to have a big iguana on their shoulder?
Probably. You're joking, but probably.
That'd be pretty cool.
There's probably going to be lots of weird animals because it's pet friendly. But there's themed weekends. So when we went last time, it was like fantasy / like fairy like weekend. And so like everyone was like decked out in like fairy outfits, and like they all had like elf ears, and it is very nerdy, but it's very fun to like dress up and go where there's people that don't judge you. And it's just fun. It's fun.
I know.
I love dressing up
I know. You
for
do.
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, you
So
do.
it's fun to be in an area where other people like to do it too. And you can just embrace it.
Yeah. We get Ashton definitely gets that kind of vibe when we go to AWA.
Oh, I would totally dress up for that.
I told you she'd be in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, how much of the people that dress up are doing it because they enjoy dressing up, and then like how many?
There are people that work there, but I think majority of the people there dress up, which majority of the people there are like people that bought tickets to just go. But they do have like vendors and stuff, so like you can go like and like do like shopping and stuff and buy a bunch of stuff, and then they have like little bands that come and play. Like obviously it's like more fantasy, like Renaissance music, so they'll have like little
Have like a loot.
little yeah, and violins.
Mm.
And then they do different like activities. They have like a whole jousting thing that you can watch.
Okay, they had that when we went.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it's cool. I think when we go next weekend, we want to do like like maybe not fairies, just because I don't really want to wear wings, but like fae or like elves or something. But we were gonna pick like a season or an element. So like me and Hannah and Annabelle would do like fall, winter, and like spring, or like water, fire, and earth. So we're gonna like pick one each. So we're like a little trio.
Which one are you thinking?
Cool.
I don't know. Probably earth, because I already own a lot of green.
Yeah.
So then I don't have to buy a lot of stuff. But
Yeah.
I do want to get a new corset, because my other one I wore last year.
Yeah, they're gonna remember.
Yeah, they will. I don't want to be an outfit repeater.
Yeah.
An outfit repeater.
You might get
Outfit
judged.
repeater. Yeah. But yeah, and I think I need to get new like little elf ears.
You have elf.
No.
So basically, you're gonna buy everything all
No,
over
I
again.
don't have elf ears. What I wore last year were these like little silver things that you wore on your ears, and they were like ear, like jewelry, essentially.
They were
Obviously
pointy.
not a piercing, but it looked like kind of like an elf ear. But it wasn't like, it didn't look like a real elf ear. Like Hannah's looked like a real elf ears. You saw hers, right? Do you want to see a picture?
Sure.
Okay. But yeah, no, mine did what?
Nothing.
Mine didn't look like real elf ears. But I want some that look like real elf ears. But Hannah's gonna have to help me, because none of them ever really look real. So like, she's good at like putting makeup all over them to make them look real. Yeah.
The thing I remember most about that place when we went.
When
were
did
the
y'all
people-
go?
2009.
Who'd you go with?
We went on a
School.
field trip,
Oh,
At
that's
school.
So fun.
and I do not believe they realized where they were taking us.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
I think they thought it was going to be this like family-friendly medieval setting, and it was not that. But do you remember the people walking around with the massive turkey legs?
Yeah.
Oh, they're everywhere.
Yeah,
Yeah, the big turkey
Yeah.
legs are everywhere.
that is the one thing I remember from that.
And people
Yeah.
will literally be drinking out of like those big horns. Like they'll just be like,
Yeah. Yeah, I
I
don't remember a lot
remember.
about it, but I remember us being, because we weren't dressed at all for
y'all
the
are probably
occasion.
all like,
We
this
were
is
in
so
uniforms.
I
weird.
was so confused at everything that was happening.
Like one of the weekends is like pirate weekend. So like you can dress up like pirates. One of the weekends is,
I thrive.
That'd be pretty cool.
yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a Highlander one. So like people dress up like
Zach be good for that one.
Yep.
Scottish.
Yes, he would.
There's a Vikings weekend.
Keep going.
A wizard weekend.
Okay.
You lost me.
Okay.
Of course we lost you.
Once magic gets introduced, strange people come out.
Oh, that's when strange people start to come out, Ash?
Yeah. Y'all did this last year?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I never saw pictures of any
Really?
of this. Dang, y'all look legit.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it was fun. I don't really have. Oh, but like, yeah, there's like little, like all these little like house, like little fairy houses all over the place. It's very like Lord of the Rings, Hobbit-esque.
Do they have vendors?
Oh yeah,
What do they sell?
like everything.
What does that mean?
You can buy literally like swords.
Like real
Yeah,
metal swords?
like real ones. And like they'll be like leather, like like people there that sell like.
I think you're starting to sell him on this.
There's people like that, like people that like are like master leather workers who have like leather outfits, like
Master?
masters. They sell those things for like thousands of dollars,
Yeah.
like a lot of money for like a leather vest or a leather jacket.
Okay.
Yeah. What else do they have? I mean, like anything that like dates back in the day or like gets a little bit whimsical. They sell them.
And are there attractions or just people? It's just people hanging out, walking around.
Their attractions are like they're like live music or like they're different contests. Like I think sometimes they do like different types of. It just depends on the theme of the weekend. Like if
Does someone put on like an old timey play?
yeah,
So it's like an outdoor convention.
and and it's freaking hot. It's so hot.
It can't be hot this time. It's still like 65 degrees.
I don't
It's
know.
supposed to be
I
in the
just-
mid 80s next week.
I just know the weekend that Hannah and I went was in May, and it was like 95 degrees the whole time. It was so hot. And like the type of outfits that people wear to that are like layered. So they'll wear like multiple like layers, and you'll just be like burning up.
Yeah.
Next Saturday's high is 67.
Oh, okay.
So you might be okay.
That might not be bad. But yeah, I need to figure out what I'm gonna wear. I haven't figured.
It's a week away and you haven't figured
Yeah,
that
you
out?
gotta get
Well,
on
I
that.
know I already have some stuff, so I want to try to figure out what I already have. I also have this blue skirt that I really want to wear, but then I would only be limited to water or winter, and I don't really want to do either of those.
So don't wear it.
So I'm not going to. I like green better. Or if I could like do a fall one, but I don't really have any fall stuff.
Is Hannah's hair red?
Yeah.
Okay. I was about to say, since your hair is red, you should do fire, but
Yeah, hers is red too.
okay.
Not as red as
She
mine
can be
right
amber.
Amber?
Now. Amber?
Sure.
What's amber?
It's close to fire.
Oh.
You guys just should all
I
do
thought
a
he was trying
different.
to say ember.
No,
Oh.
amber.
We all should just do what?
Just a version of fire.
So what? Okay.
Like different intensities of fire.
Yeah.
You could be the blue flame.
That's an idea. I don't know if I want to do blue.
Okay. All right.
Don't do blue.
I was thinking.
You're not a blue chick.
No, I don't really like. I don't
think
like
I've
blue.
ever seen you wear a thing of blue.
I wore blue. I wore that blue skirt recently to something. I can't remember what. But I wore a black bodysuit and a belt with it. You must not have been with me when I wore that.
Was it to a con? It sounds like a
No,
concert.
I wore it to church at Passion.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Does Annabelle have red hair?
No, she has brown hair.
Earth.
She looks like complete opposite of Hannah and I. She's like tan, dark hair. Like
That is the opposite.
polar opposite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know what she's planning on doing. We talked about it and she was like, "Yeah." And then she didn't really say anything else.
Is she dress up like you guys?
Oh, for sure. She was like, "I need to go thrift." That's what she said. We were
That
all like,
sounds
"Oh
about
yeah, me
right.
too. We all need to go to Goodwill."
Yeah, you
Like,
need an
right now.
excuse to go to Goodwill.
Yeah. I was waiting for my paycheck to come through.
I'm sure.
That's why I
you
didn't go yesterday.
Oh,
So
is that what you're doing tomorrow
this
then?
weekend.
Yeah. No, you're painting that table this weekend.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I'll do both.
You gotta do some work tomorrow.
I do plan on painting that table. And then I'm going to take pictures of that table so I can sell it.
What the heck? We just got that table.
Yeah, but the other one in the garage is bigger.
Okay.
So if I like that one better, I'm going to keep that one so that we have a bigger table.
Okay.
And then I'm going to need to get a bigger bench.
Great.
Crickets.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why?
Cool.
Why are you saying that?
Nothing. Just excited for you. I thought you're flipping furniture all the time.
Yeah.
Is this a hobby you enjoy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you were doing chairs back around Christmas time, weren't you?
Yeah, I did those chairs.
Yeah.
Yeah, I usually will I haven't done one since those chairs because those chairs were like the most obnoxious thing I've ever flipped.
She painted them for like 2 weeks.
I needed a serious
so
break
long.
after painting those chairs.
What was so hard about them?
It wasn't even just painting them. They were definitely a project piece because like something had like chewed the legs on them.
Yeah, I do remember that.
There were like chew marks all in it. It must have been like a puppy or something. Or I hope that's what it was. And so I did like plastic wood on it, and then I like sanded the plastic wood down so they looked like you wouldn't. I don't think you would be able to tell now if you looked at it. And then all of those little round spindles are impossible to paint.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't like spray painting stuff. I feel like it doesn't look as good as when you hand paint stuff.
Yeah.
So it took me so long between those three things. And I had to do two coats of the brown.
I was playing a lot of RuneScape watching
Oh my
her
gosh. I remember like my back was like literally hurting. I felt like an old lady. I would get done with one chair and I was like, oh my God.
do that. Yeah.
That's
I
the
remember.
worst.
I was sitting
And then we had like half done chairs like over in the corner of the house
Yeah.
for like weeks,
Yeah.
like for like 3 weeks. And then it was like right when I got done with those, like another table appeared in the garage.
Appeared? Yeah, you went and bought it. What are you talking about?
No,
appeared?
I meant it appeared for you.
It spawned. Yeah. You brought it home, and it's been sitting
How
there.
can I say no when you find like a $13 dining room table at Goodwill?
You can say no when you already have one.
No, you bring it home and you fix it up so that you can make. I could sell that table for like $100
When are you going to do it?
this weekend.
All right. I'm holding you to it.
I'm gonna try to sell that one for like $100. Maybe I should just go for $200 and just see what happens.
See what happens.
Yeah, talk them down from there.
Yeah.
Start high, go down.
Yeah.
All right. I know I told you earlier that my memory's not great, but something just got unlocked.
Oh.
When we were at Zach's house around his birthday, it was his birthday, wasn't it? Around New
Probably.
Year's?
I feel like that's always when we're over there.
Yes.
It's that table.
Okay. So
Yes.
you know
Wait.
the
No,
night-
that's this table.
No.
Yes, it is.
Me and you went and picked up that table.
It's the one in the one that we went and picked up at his birthday with all the girls. It's that one in our living room, the tiny one.
Is that what you're about to say?
That one I
Ash?
got from Goodwill.
Is that what you're about to say?
Yeah, and I was also going to give her shit for killing the vibe at the party.
She
No.
definitely killed the vibe
I
of the
told
party.
him way before we even left that I wanted to go get this table, and he tried to tell me no.
No, I'm talking
No,
about
you
when
left. We
everybody
all
was having a
left.
good time and you were like, I'm ready to go home.
Oh, well,
And
yeah.
You
I was
took
ready to
away
go
the
home.
life of the party.
Oh, excuse me. I was tired.
It wasn't it like 9:30.
She's not even remorseful. Like,
No, I'm not.
Like,
I probably worked
She's
that
like,
day.
She was like, yeah.
we all worked that day.
Oh, well, y'all don't have to get to work at 7
Wait.
a.m.
Okay. Let's not get into this.
And you don't have to drive an
Spit
hour.
we're not going to do a spit contest here, okay? Listen. We were all having a good time. It was a Friday night. We're
And
having
I
a
was
blast.
falling asleep.
Zach's birthday.
We were watching music videos.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay, I was having fun, but I was ready to go. I was tired.
You weren't there for half the time. And
I was
when you got back, you were like,
She had the table and was ready to go.
Wow, I did not know this was going to be a roast fest.
it is. I didn't know either, but Ash brought it up. And now I remembered.
I got roasted earlier, so it's time to
Ash got
redirect the
Ash
spotlight.
got-
Okay, well, when is it his turn?
Ashton
it'll
got roasted about 2 hours ago.
About what?
I don't need to get roasted.
Elaborate.
I didn't do anything.
No, if we roast you, you might get a little upset.
Probably would.
Definitely would.
Put your mic down.
She's not wrong.
I know she's not wrong.
Yeah, I was getting lit up earlier.
Oh, don't say lit up.
About what?
No. It wasn't lit up.
An event that happened on December 2nd of 2023.
132 days ago.
At what time?
He knew how many days ago it was.
I had to Google it.
Okay.
I thought it was funny.
How
The whole thing
how
I
do
thought
you-
I was
was
cracking
funny.
up.
Wait, how do you
Good.
Google a time? What?
Here's
how
what
do
happened.
you Google that?
Do you remember? You probably don't remember.
Did you
but
go back to
might.
your photos?
She wasn't here.
I know she was out of town, but
Yeah.
the night of Alabama and Georgia played a football game, the SEC championship, and Georgia lost. It was the first time in 3 years. You were out of town somewhere. Ashton was supposed to spend the night.
Probably at Disney.
Sure,
It was something to do with Florida State because they were playing at the same time.
they were earlier that day. Florida State.
So maybe it wasn't.
She
Florida
wasn't
State.
here.
I know she wasn't here. Yeah, maybe it was Disney. It's probably the safest
Probably
bet.
Disney. Well, in December, I always go with my mom and my sister.
It was December 2nd. Either way, he
One
wasn't.
moment.
No, it's fine.
I kind of want to know.
Checking the photo
The
archive.
point is, you weren't here.
That's right.
Yeah,
The point is, I wasn't here.
Ashton decided not to spend the night that night, but didn't tell me,
Mm-hmm.
which sounds right?
No comment.
So he left when I went and took a shower. When I got out of the shower, everybody was still here but Ashton. And Tim was like, yeah, he went home. He said he wasn't spending the night. I even texted him. I was like, dude, what the heck? He didn't answer. But
You should
after
have known. You should have known.
but after that night, I didn't say anything. And I wasn't ever gonna. And then
I'm
something.
so proud of you for keeping that for so long.
He didn't.
Yeah. That's the
Until
longest.
today.
Ash,
Yeah.
that's the longest play I've ever played
That-
in my entire life.
That right there is like a. Don't take this the wrong way.
Uh-oh.
But that is like what like crazy girls do.
Mm-hmm.
They like remember dates.
Okay, no, it wasn't. I didn't remember the date. I only remembered because I remember the game that was playing that night, and then I Googled when the date was and then how many days away, okay?
Okay.
I do this because I make Ashton laugh all day, every day at the
What day
office,
was
and I thought this was going to be funny.
December what?
Second.
Oh, I was at Haley's house.
Okay,
Yeah, I do remember because you can see the game on the TV.
I believe you.
Because this was the game that showed whether Florida State was going to be playing one of them, I think. Wasn't it? No, they played before, and then whoever they ended, if they lost or if they won, it
I
would
mean,
have
it
been
actually
against one
did
of the.
kind of have something to do with it, I think. Because if Georgia would have won, Alabama would have had 2 losses. They would have been out, and then Florida State would have been in. So I think she's right.
Well, I think that I think before this game, Florida State
They were undefeated.
they were undefeated until before this game when they
No, they were
decided-
undefeated.
No,
And
they
then
were.
they
No,
played-
they were. But the
They played the ACC championship and
Mhm.
lost because they had the 18-year-old at
Oh, right. They
quarterback
lost to
because
Louisville.
everyone had been injured.
Right.
yeah,
But even with the one loss, if Alabama had
hard times.
lost to Georgia,
They would
they
have
would
had.
have had 2, so they would have had to put Florida State in.
Right.
It's a sore subject.
Either way, it can't. So the point I'm trying to make is that Ashton brought up something today that reminded me of that. And I was like, oh my God, I never told him about this. So then I looked it up and I sent him a voice memo and I was like, 132 days ago, December 2nd.
It got brought up because I asked him if I could spend the night next week. And he said, as long as you promise not to leave while I'm in the shower. And I was like, what does that mean? And then
That is,
Then
without any
that's-
context, that's a little bit of a weird thing
I know.
to say.
I was trying to make him
It's
laugh.
like, in the shower. Okay.
Yeah. And he said, what are you talking about or something? And then I sent him this 40-second voice memo about it. And he goes, oh my God, dude, I'm so sorry. I did do that.
You apologize?
Yeah.
Oh, they're so cute.
Because that was bad.
That was.
It was the thing that got me confused though is at first you just sent me a date. I was like, "What are you talking about?" And you said December 2nd, 2023.
But like, why did
I was
you
slow
leave
playing
while
it.
he was showering?
Probably because I just wanted to go home.
And you didn't
Yeah.
want to wait like 4 more minutes? Because let me tell you, this man showers faster than I've
No,
ever
I
seen
left
anyone.
while he was in the shower
On
so that I
purpose.
didn't have to hear it.
Exactly. He didn't have to hear it.
Okay.
Like, he would've given me crap.
He bailed.
I see.
Thank you. He bailed without telling us, or telling me at least.
And Tim told me he was spending the night. I was
That
like,
makes
"Okay,
sense.
great," because you weren't coming home.
So why didn't you spend the night?
He probably just wanted to go
You
home.
just wanted to sleep in your bed.
Exactly.
I get
Mhm.
it. Oh, I get it.
See, that's the thing. I would get it. He just didn't say it. He was like,
No, he
No.
would. No, he wouldn't just get it.
no,
You
no,
wouldn't-
no, no,
everyone,
no.
everyone was there.
No.
He was having a great time.
No.
If he decided that he didn't want to stay, you would have
Yes.
made him
No,
feel bad
that's
about
not
it.
true because you did that at the wedding, and I wasn't like trying to press you to leave. I know you like to be home, so
Yeah,
I
but
wouldn't.
you knew in
give
advance
shit
I
about
wasn't
it.
staying for the wedding.
Yeah, okay, but then the fact if you would have changed your mind, I know how much you want to stay at home, so I wouldn't. I don't think I would have gave you. I would have joked around and gave you a little bit of shit,
Mm-hmm.
but then I would have been like, all right,
Are you gonna have to bleep out that word that you just said?
nah. We stopped doing that a long time ago. It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Last week we had Jake on, and it was they were flying
I
left
bet
and
that
right.
Do
was
you-
an interesting.
Let me ask you this: do you know why they call him Big Chungus?
Big what?
I think
I've never heard anyone call him that.
Tim
Okay.
has a reason.
Who
for
calls
it.
him that?
Tim
Tim.
does.
Big what?
Big Chungus.
Do
We,
I want to know the
No,
reason?
we don't know. We don't know. Tim said it.
We have no idea.
You think it's just because he's a big boy?
I think so.
Well,
I think
he called
it's
him.
just
He called him like
Chungus?
Big
That sounds
Chungus.
like big fungus.
No, I don't. I think there's a reason for it, but only Tim knows. I think it's from like a show or
I
something.
don't like it.
I don't know. I called him Big Daddy J.
Oh, I don't like that either.
That's a little better than Big Chungus, though.
Big Daddy?
Big Daddy, he's gonna be a father, and his first name is Jake. So
Oh.
you take the first letter out of Jake, and it's J. He's also a big man, so you put all three of those together. Big Daddy J. That's where I got it from.
Were you calling him Big Daddy J before he was going to be a father?
Yeah.
Then that has nothing
If you
to
did,
do with it.
it's just a funny name. It never. I'm just like, oh, Big Daddy J.
I just think that Big Daddy J and Big Chungus, neither of them are great names.
They don't have to be great. They're funny.
Yeah.
There's no reason behind
Obviously.
it. I know. This is why we do it. It makes people laugh.
Oh my gosh.
So we don't.
Do y'all have nicknames? Oh.
No.
No, we're not in high school.
I was having. Was it you I was having a conversation with about people that are either friends or family call me Ash, and that's how I know that it's
I
someone.
call you Ash.
I know.
I don't think I've ever called you that. have I?
Friends.
Someone at work called me
No, I do.
Ash, and I was like, "Oh, all right,
You were
let's hold up
whoa.
now."
Yeah, I'm Mr.
I'm
Shear.
like, I don't. Yeah, right. Get back to work.
yeah, yeah.
I don't remember who I was talking to about that, but No, I think we don't have nicknames.
No.
It's just Ash and Jess.
Yeah.
I don't call Jesse ever.
Call them both.
Do you remember when we were dating? If I ever called you Savanna, you'd get mad at me.
Oh, yeah. I still kind of get mad when you call me my name.
Really?
I don't feel like we call each other by our like name very often.
No.
It's
I don't
usually
think
when I'm
so.
like desperately trying to get your attention about something, like you're not paying attention. I'm like, Jesse.
Yeah.
Or if I'm like mad, I'll say your name. And it really hits different when you say the name when you're mad.
Yeah.
Like if you were to just say my name when we're talking, I would be like, huh. But if you say my name when you're a little bit angry,
There's a disturbance in the force. You feel it.
for real.
I don't think you've ever called me Jess.
I call you Jess all the time, just
Really?
not to your face.
You call me Jess?
I actually call you Jess to like pretty much everyone.
Really?
But not you for some reason. I don't know why. Especially when I'm addressing you over text. Like I say Jess all the time.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Do you and Hannah have nicknames?
No.
What about you and Haley?
Hales.
Hales?
Yeah. She calls me Sav. A lot of people call me Sav. That's a very common nickname for me.
Do you like that?
Yeah, I don't mind.
Sav?
Yeah, I kind of like it.
Okay.
I like it when people call me a nickname. I feel like if you feel comfortable calling me by a nickname, then it makes me feel kind of special because you feel comfortable enough to call me by my nickname.
Yeah.
Sav.
What's up, Sav? I don't know. I
Nothing
don't know
much.
if I can get used to that.
Ash.
You never say Ash.
I say Ash all the time.
Oh, you do?
Yes, I do.
Oh. I was asking. I don't know.
No, I do.
Ash.
Ash.
Yeah, I say Ash.
Yeah, Ash.
Like almost every time.
Exclusively.
Like, I feel like I call you Ash more than Ashton.
Let's keep it that way.
Sometimes I call Hannah Han.
Han?
You
I
do
call
too.
her Han. No, I call her Han Solo.
Han?
Oh. Oh, Hannah.
That's what I do.
Oh,
Yeah, I did the Toy Story thing. Yeah. Yeah, when I'm like talking to her directly, I'll call her Han Solo.
Yeah. My friend Megan, that I went to nursing school with, her name is spelled Meghan. And so I used to call her Meg Han Solo. Because like Meg and then Han Solo. She's in my phone as Meg Han Solo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so that's where that nickname came from. I just thought it was interesting.
Has anyone ever called you Mrs. Carell?
Sometimes people call me that at work.
Okay.
And I think it's kind of weird.
Okay. Yeah.
I like it. No, I'm kidding. I've never heard anyone call you that before.
Yeah. And I think the funny thing is sometimes people will call me Miss Carell or Mrs. Carell, I mean, and then I'll meet them. Like my job, there's a lot of like emailing back and forth with people that I've never actually met. And then when I finally do meet them, it's funny when you've met someone and they're saying they've been calling you Mrs. Carell, and then you meet them and you realize they're definitely older than you.
Yeah.
Like
that
a
happens
lot.
to me a lot.
Like a lot. And then of course we also have like the complete opposite where like we get like these like externs and like girls that are in nursing school that are coming to be like techs on our floor just to get experience. And like they really are like they're like in their like very early 20s, like
Fresh
20,
out of
21,
college.
22.
Yeah.
Like they're in nursing school, so they're yeah.
Mm.
And so like when they call you that, you know it's just because they're actually just like they're all being respectful, but it's just funnier when it's coming from someone who's definitely older than you. Or sometimes like people who are like not from America will do it.
Yeah.
Like they'll be like, Mrs. Carell, and then I'll see them and like they'll be like super strong like Jamaican accent or something, and they're like way older than me, like way older, and I'm like, you don't have to call me that. Like actually none of y'all should call me that, but definitely not.
I bet your last name would sound cool in a Jamaican accent.
There's a lot of people with
Think so?
accents, like island accents at my job. I don't know like how it's interesting how many people like have nursing licenses from like the Virgin Islands and like Jamaica, and they just like came over here and like work as nurses over here. But yeah.
At my job, everybody's known by their last name. Like 90% of the people, I don't know their first name.
Really?
Yeah, because like on the routes in the morning, it only shows the last name on who it's on, and then like if you're going to help somebody, they'll say, "Hey, go help."
So they call you
Whoever.
Carell?
I think that's common with men though, in like workplace environment, because that happens at work with me too.
Mm.
If someone called me Carell, I would probably not respond because I wouldn't even realize
That's
that
definitely.
they were trying to get my
I think it's
attention.
definitely a guy thing. But like I'm telling you, like 90% of the people, I do not know their first names. It's been 6 years.
Yeah.
7 years.
Did you know that at Tim's job, they all call him like Draco?
Yeah.
I think that's funny.
In high school, everybody called Jake Drika.
Yeah.
Nobody knew his first name.
I know that because David and Blanca call him Drika
Drika,
still.
exactly.
And they still call Brandon Navarro. I've never
Oh, I
called.
still-
also
I've
still
never
call him
called
Navarro.
Brandon.
I
I've never
call-
called him Navarro.
Really?
It's only me and Tim.
I call him Navarro because you called him Navarro, but now it's hard because like sometimes like I have to say his first name in certain circumstances because like I don't know, like if I'm talking to someone who doesn't call him Navarro, like I can't address him as Navarro.
Yeah.
And so I think it was Mom or someone the other day like literally was like, his name is not Navarro, and I was like, no, it's Brandon. They were
Yeah.
like, what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was talking to his mom at the courthouse I delivered to. And I said something like, oh, I just saw Navarro last week. And I realized it sounded weird saying that to her.
Yeah.
But she like got it. It just felt weird.
And like, yeah, Lucy never like.
I say that to his cousin, whose also last name is Navarro too. And he calls him Brandon at the same time I'm calling him Navarro. The whole thing. I don't think I've ever called him Brandon. It sounds so
I do
weird.
in certain circumstances, like especially if I'm talking to Lucy,
Yeah.
like I'll address him as Brandon when I'm talking to her because like if I call him Navarro when I'm talking to her, it's also her last name. I don't know, but she
Yeah.
knows because if you call him Navarro, if you address him as Navarro, she just gets it.
He figures it out.
Yeah.
It's endearment, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
When I was at the eye doctor yesterday for an appointment, the nurse came out. She's like, "Mr. Shearer." I was like, "Oh hell."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take your glasses off.
It's me.
Stand up.
I think that's pretty normal though. Like at a doctor's.
Yeah.
I think they called me Mrs. Carell when I was at the dentist yesterday when they called me back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you handle the dentist well, or are you one of these people that's just a traumatic experience every time?
It's not that traumatic. I just don't like it.
Are you that way? Are you okay at the dentist?
I dread it, but every time I go, I know what to expect.
What do you dread about it?
That I have root canals that have to be done, and I know
Oh.
what's coming.
So you've actually got issues.
Yeah.
Okay.
So when I went yesterday, I was supposed to just go for a cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, so we went through your treatment plan and you have like 2 cavities on the top that we would like to fill. And we have actually like extra time. Like, do you want to just go ahead and get them done today? And I was like, I can't say no because like I really should just get it out of the way. I should just get it out of the way. But like I need like a full week to prep for something like that. You know?
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't want to just go ahead and get it over
I
with?
got it over with.
You did it?
I did.
Good for you. Yeah.
But I told her extensively that it makes me nervous.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm really nervous. And she was like, why are you nervous? I was like, I would have taken a stress gummy or something if I had known that you were going to
A
do
stress
filling.
what?
A gummy.
A stress gummy?
A stress gummy.
What is that?
I have little stress gummies.
Do you eat it?
Yeah.
What's in it?
And like GABA or something. Right?
I don't know.
I don't know. It says stress on it, so it must work.
Yeah.
Stop.
Okay.
It might just be
Placebo?
a placebo. But it makes me feel better.
Is it CBD gummies?
No,
No?
I don't think it's CBD. No.
Mm-mm.
I've never heard of that.
They're just like little stress gummies.
Stress gummies.
I heard of them because stop.
I'll explain when you're done.
I heard about them because my friend at work has like a whole thing of them because sometimes we have some pretty stressful days at work. And so whenever she has like whenever we have like one of those days, she'll be like, you want a stress gummy? And so she was like, they help like a little bit. And I'm like, okay. So I was like, I'm going to get some for me and Jesse.
I have my own stress gummies.
I don't like his stress gummies.
Interesting. Yeah, I know what you've got.
Yeah.
He is not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Yeah.
You have
It
a good
concerns
time.
me.
Should we talk about our
No.
experience?
No.
I don't want to hear it. I actually don't want to hear it.
What were you going to say?
He loved it.
I know he does.
I hated it.
Yeah.
Still.
Well, okay, no, but I actually have 2 experiences. One of them, I think I took a much less amount. So a much
Much reduced amount.
Sure.
This is why we have him around.
Yeah. And so that time I actually did take it because I was feeling a little panicky for some reason. Really, there was no reason. I don't know why I was feeling kind of anxious, but it was late at night.
Was this the WrestleMania night?
Yes. WrestleMania was on, and he was like, just take a little bit. And I was like, I've never taken one. I don't want to take it. And he was like, just take a little bit. And I was like, just a little bit, like a tiny bit. And so he gave me like this tiny, tiny amount. And it really did. It made me feel better. And I remember I was thoroughly enjoying WrestleMania.
She watched WrestleMania on the edge of her
I was
seat.
into it. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, who's
like,
going to
"Oh my
win?
God."
I was like, is it going to
my
be
God, it was
Cody
great. It
or
was-
Roman?
See that?
I was into it. Like, for real.
was
So that
so
day
good.
it was great. It was fine. Well, that night it was fine. But then the second time that we took it, he must have given me more because I mean, it was funny at first. Everything was funny at first.
At first, it was like 2 hours of fun.
No, it didn't. I don't think it was that long. But then literally I got so sleepy and I remember being so sleepy. I was like laying on the couch and I literally was like, I just want to get up and go get in the bed. But I felt like I couldn't even move my body. I was like, I can't move. I'm so tired. I can't even move. And then I have never been so thirsty in my entire life. I'm not even joking. I would drink a whole one of these in like a couple of minutes. Stop laughing at me.
No, I get it because I
And
get it.
it would not curb my thirst. And then it was like a vicious cycle. Then I would have to pee really bad, but my body didn't want to move. So I would be like, oh my gosh, I have to go to the bathroom so bad. But like, it was like a literal workout just to get myself out of the bed to walk to the bathroom.
So have you done this since?
No,
Okay.
absolutely not.
Okay, good for you.
I won't.
Yeah.
There's been times where he's like, let's do it. And I'm like, absolutely not. So he tends to do it when he's by himself here. You do.
I know I do.
Like when I'm like gone
because
for the weekend.
I get this from you. So when you go, things happen.
He is funny though when he takes them. He laughs a lot, but the sleepiness afterwards I don't like. For me, at least.
You sleep so good.
No, you don't because you're so freaking thirsty.
I sleep great.
I was so thirsty. I will never forget that. Vividly. I felt
It was
I
like a
had
year ago. I mean,
cotton mouth. It was a Sahara desert in my throat. The whole entire night.
I like it.
Good for you.
What were we talking about before that?
Yeah, so you were saying your job you get stressful at times.
Mhm.
I know this is going to be like not a happy question. Do you ever have like death in your part of the hospital?
Not in postpartum, no. Not
Okay.
really. Usually if there's deaths, it's like in labor and delivery. If babies die, they usually they'll deliver, like if they're like stillborn or something, they'll stay in labor and delivery. They don't come to postpartum because like those patients don't want to like hear babies, so they don't come to postpartum. They'll like stay in like separate areas where there's no babies. And then like if patients are bad off that they might die, they don't come to our floor because our floor is like stable
Okay.
patients. Well, kind of stable, but yeah,
So
for the most part.
it's stressful, but not like as stressful as it could be.
My job is I don't work at the bedside anymore.
Do you like that?
Huh?
Do you like that?
I mean, I do. I don't miss working at the bedside. The only thing I miss is taking care of the babies.
Not
But
dealing with the mothers?
No.
Yeah.
I don't really care for the moms. I mean, nothing against them, but I can get my baby fix by going in the nurseries. Like I'm right there. So I just go to the nurseries and there's babies everywhere. It's the best. And you can just hold them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Yeah.
My boss has this analogy he uses all the time whenever we've got a lot going on and the team's getting like stressed out.
Yeah.
He's like, just remember, the work can be here tomorrow and we can get it done. Like we don't have babies dying in here. And
Oh
every
my
time but he's being serious.
Yeah.
But every time he says that, I always think about you. Like, I wonder if Savanna, like, she actually is in a position where there could be babies dying.
So when babies get sick, I mean, okay, we do have emergency situations. Like for the babies, like if they turn blue or anything, like sometimes babies will do that. But anytime something like that happens, we like will start to like do any types of resuscitative like steps, and then we immediately call the NICU team, and a recess team comes and like immediately resuscitates the baby. Like they come and take over essentially because they're more trained in like emergency circumstances, and then they take the baby to the NICU like immediately. So like as soon as the baby's stable enough for them to transfer the baby, it goes to the NICU. And then like if a mom is like hemorrhaging or if like something really bad is happening to her, like we'll like immediately stabilize them, and then they usually immediately go to a more high risk area, like where the acuities are higher and the nurses are taking care of less patients. So we do deal with it, but they don't stay with us if that happens.
So were you in labor and delivery when you worked bedside, or was it after?
Postpartum.
Okay.
Yeah.
So postpartum means like everything's done.
Baby's out,
Okay.
and they usually are in labor and delivery for like an hour or two before they come to us.
Okay.
Yeah. So like the baby will be like 2 or 3 hours old by the time they get to us.
Okay. Does Haley do labor and delivery?
No, she did postpartum with me.
Okay.
And now she's a lactation consultant. She swapped about 2 months before I swapped.
Didn't you say she had to do like a course or something to get that certification? She will have to?
Yeah. So Northside allows you to like get like Northside for the lactation department. You can become a lactation educator without the lactation without the actual consultant degree, as long as you get the lactation consultant thing within 36 months of your hire date.
Okay.
So she has like about 1.5 years to get it from when she started.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you ever have anything crazy or traumatizing happen when you were doing bedside?
Yeah.
What was the worst thing?
You want to hear?
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever heard.
Okay. Yeah, go for it.
He's squeamish. So one time I was training someone. She was shadowing me. So she was brand new, which I think is a little bit way more traumatizing for her than it was for me. And I had admitted my patient. So she had been like in labor and delivery until she got to me about like, she had come to me like probably in the middle of the night because, I work night shift. So she got there probably around like in between midnight and like 3 a.m. And I admitted her. I think it was like close to 3 a.m. when I admitted her. And so I admitted her and everything. And then I went to go chart on her after I admitted her. And she called me like a few minutes later and was like, hey, okay. So after you give birth, we count their voids, their pees, to make sure that they're like actually able to like pee.
Use the bathroom.
Yeah, because there's a lot of trauma down there. Yeah. And so we count it to make sure that they're like excreting enough fluid and stuff like that, and that they're not getting super dehydrated or anything like that. And so we keep a little hat in the toilet, and they pee in the hat, and then we just measure it and dump it. And she called me because she was like, hey, so I'm sitting on the toilet and like something's like coming out of me. And I was like, something's coming out of you. And so I thought like it was probably just like a blood clot, because like that will happen after you give birth. Like you'll sometimes pass like big clots, and because your uterus bleeds after you give birth. And so I was like, okay, I'm coming right now. And so I came in there, and sure enough, like there was something like this big hanging out of her. Like she's sitting on the toilet and it's like hanging out. It's not in the hat yet, but like there was definitely something hanging there. And I was like, yeah, that's not a clot. I was like, I'm gonna call my supervisor, because I was like, I don't want to say that I don't know what that is, but my immediate reaction was I was afraid that it was her uterus, because after you give birth, sometimes your uterus will get like it's supposed to stay firm, like really firm, and it's obviously gone through some trauma after giving birth, and so sometimes it won't stay firm, and if it doesn't stay firm, it can just come out of you essentially. And so I was like, oh my gosh, I thought she had like a prolapsed uterus. So I called my supervisor in, and we moved her to the bed, and it was like sticking out of her. And we called the midwife in. And so the midwife came in, and the way that you fix that is by, you don't get squeamish, do you? Okay. The way that you fix that is by like pushing it back in her and then rubbing on her stomach. And so she did. She pushed it back in her and was like rubbing on her stomach to try to make it firm, because it'll make it contract. Her uterus will contract. And she tried doing it for the longest time, and it just kept coming out every time she would pull her hand out. And so we were like, what? Like, and it was obviously painful. Like, that's not comfortable. And so we were like giving her meds to try to make her more comfortable. And finally she was like, okay, I can't get this thing to stay inside of you. So I'm going to call the OB, the physician, and have her come, because this was just the midwife. And so basically right before at this point, it's like almost shift change. So I'm about to leave. So I handed off to the next nurse and I was like, you're going to have to tell me what happened when I get back, because like I was leaving with my patient, like not knowing what was going on with her. And so when I came back the next night or that evening, the patient was still there, and she told me basically what happened was they ended up doing an ultrasound on her because they couldn't figure out why it wasn't staying in her. And it was literally just retained placenta. So her placenta like didn't completely come out, and it was trying to come out, and all they had to do was pull it out.
Whoa.
So that whole time, like they literally just were putting her through like all that pain and stuff. And her uterus was like perfectly intact.
So even the midwife didn't know that?
Yeah, she didn't know. She thought it was her uterus too.
Wow.
Yeah, and it could have, that whole situation could have been like avoided if they had just like gone ahead and done an ultrasound. Because I think the OB came and she tried to do the same thing. Like she thought because it was a lot. Like a placenta is pretty big. And so for it to like, for that much to be coming out, like no one would expect there to be that much placenta still left in her. Because usually it all comes out at one time after they give birth. But
is there like a checklist, you know, that they keep during
labor,
the birth of like, okay, like I don't know what other items would be on it, but like placenta, you know,
so I
check.
mean, yeah, they placenta check. They do chart when like that the patient has like delivered. They literally call it delivering it, because you deliver it the same way as a baby.
Yeah.
So she, like if they delivered their placenta, if they'll inspect the placenta, and if it doesn't look like everything is there, they'll like do a sweep and they'll make sure it's all out. If they're like a section, obviously there's a lot of tools, so they count the tools to make sure that they're coming out with the same amount of tools that they did going in, so that they don't accidentally sew tools up inside people's bodies, which happens every so often.
Yeah.
And then like we count how much blood they lose. So like there's like, we have a scale and we like put everything on the scale and we count it. And if they reach a certain amount, that means that they hemorrhaged, and it puts them at a higher risk for hemorrhaging later.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like I genuinely think that is so cool.
Interesting.
I just count money. Like I'm so glad there are people that do this stuff, because
It's definitely interesting.
yeah, like it's
crazy though, because you become so immune to it. Like it's very interesting, but when you like literally do it every single day, like
right,
it becomes like, you become so like people, what's the word I'm looking for? Like nurses will get very like, what's the word I'm looking for? Like where they like they just come to work. Yeah,
like
numb.
Callous,
they just become numb to like what they do. And like people don't think about the fact that like this is like a huge thing for like these people. Like they just gave birth.
right,
Especially when it's, I mean, even if it's their 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th baby, it's still birth. Like that's huge.
right.
And then like, especially though when it's like your first baby, like that's like a huge like milestone in someone's life. And then people will come in and be like, so like just going through their motions because they do it so often. I think that was one of the things that I was like ready to move away from the bedside too, was because I was like just getting so like almost numb to it. Like people who had C-sections, and those are like major abdominal surgery, and they would be like complaining of pain, and I would be like annoyed by it. And I would be like, oh, let's not be like that. Like they just got their abdomen cut open. Obviously they're going to be in pain.
Right.
But yeah.
All right, let me ask one more question on this. So my boss's wife just had a baby last February, and she wanted to do it
like a couple months ago, or like
a year ago.
Okay.
Yeah, the baby'd be 14 months at this point. So he told me that like she was admitted into the hospital with like labor pains or contractions, whatever it is. And from start to finish, it took her almost 4 days to deliver. So she was in labor for a really long time. And she didn't want, besides kind of the generic pain medicine that they give, any kind of medical interventions. Like she wanted a natural birth. So Justin, my boss, told me that that like her blood pressure was fine, the baby was fine leading up to it, but that they just kept pushing her of like, we need to do a C-section. We would really recommend you do this. And she was just like the entire time.
Did the baby come out okay?
Yeah, so the birth was totally normal. Like they didn't do a C-section, but Justin was fussing to some extent of like, dude, they were just pushing it because it was money, like had nothing to do with their safety. Like, do you think that actually does go on?
It depends on the doctor.
Yeah. I
do think it can happen. Like we have some doctors that like I would not let them touch me with a 10-foot pole because I'm like, absolutely not. I think it's important to have a doctor that you like trust and that you like know like that they won't push you into doing something you don't want to do, especially when you're vulnerable like that. But I don't feel like if they're a good doctor, they don't care about the money. They're gonna do what you want. But I will say some people do like to say that, but then like their doctor actually is looking out for them, because I think some people will be like, they were pushing a C-section on me and then they end up vaginally delivering a baby, and then the baby is like so shocked from the birth that it ends up in the NICU for days and days and days. And like in circumstances like that, like the doctor was pushing for a C-section because your baby like wasn't getting enough oxygen because it was like stuck in your vaginal canal, and its umbilical cord was like cut off essentially. So you just have to have a doctor that you trust.
Yeah,
for sure. But I mean, if the baby came out okay, then like more than likely, I mean, there might have been that possibility that the doctor actually, but they also could have just been that they were like, I don't know. Sometimes I think about that. Like if I had that much power and I was like a doctor and it was between like, I know that I can deliver this baby through a C-section without hurting the mom or the baby, versus I don't know what's going to happen if we continue doing a vaginal delivery and letting her labor for forever and ever and ever. I can understand why a doctor would start pushing at some point to be like, okay, I know for a fact that the outcome is going to be good with this. Whereas this one, I'm not sure what the outcome is going to be. So I can see why a doctor would be like, I want to go with like the safer option.
Okay.
But I know for me, like I don't want a C-section, but if it comes between like picking over, like if my kid's going to be in the NICU for like multiple days and I don't get to take them home with me, let me have a C-section. Like I don't want to like have to go home without my baby.
Sure.
So
yeah.
And that happens a lot. It's kind of scary because they'll like want to labor for forever, and then like you can tell because like the baby's like oxygen levels will be like dipping every time they have a contraction, and you can hear the heart rate like slow down a lot on the baby, and it's kind of scary. I'm like, do you not hear that? But yeah, Jesse loves talking about healthcare stuff.
Yeah, I can tell
he's passionate about it.
He is locked in over there.
When this conversation comes up, like at like the table and stuff, he just does this. Look, he doesn't even have the mic. Where'd it go?
He took his ears out.
Oh my God, you took your earphone out.
I had one in.
You're terrible.
I had one in. I had this out so I can hear in the room. I am editing over here.
You
Editing?
are.
Yeah.
Would you cut out that whole story?
Yeah, that's what I did. Yeah. Let me turn you back up.
He said,
now.
let me...
Yeah, he's like,
What?
let me unmute her.
You turned me down?
No.
Oh. I don't know.
No.
All right, Jess, take control of the show again.
I didn't know he was going to ask me about work stuff. I could talk about this stuff all day.
I know you can.
It's so interesting. My job's pretty interesting. Okay.
I know it is.
Next subject.
We do rapid fire here on the show. Savanna, are you ready for this?
No.
Why not?
Because I don't say things well when I'm under pressure.
Get strapped in.
I mean, yeah, rapid fire.
I'm either
comes to your
I'm
head.
either not going to be able to respond, or I'm going to respond completely wrong.
They're not
wrong.
hard questions.
I don't know. I'm scared.
They're all jokes. They're
I'm
like.
a little bit scared. Okay, go.
How are we doing this?
You want me to go first?
We
You
do
go
it slightly
first?
different every time.
Oh gosh.
I know. Do you want to go first or me
I
go
feel a
first?
lot of pressure
I like
right
your
now.
questions. I'll be honest with you, Ash.
Do you?
I do. Some of them are pretty.
How come I didn't get to come
interesting.
up with any questions?
Because they're for you.
You're the guest.
I'm the only one answering?
Yes.
Oh god.
It's.
Okay, I'm ready.
You didn't prep her for this?
No, he didn't tell me anything.
Why would I do that?
Oh yeah, that's true.
I've never told anybody we were doing rapid fire to them on their first time.
Yeah.
I didn't want you to be stressed.
Oh, I already was.
Do you need a gummy?
I need a stress gummy. I do. Go get me a stress gummy, Ash.
Where are?
Just pretend that you.
Where are they?
They're in our medicine cabinet.
You don't.
Where is that?
We don't need this.
Why not?
It's not going to do anything, and it's not going to kick in by
Hey.
the time the show's over.
Hey, right.
Just pretend like you just took one.
No.
Placebo.
But you know what I do need? This chapstick.
Okay, I'll let you get lubed up before we get going here.
Oh my god. When was the last time you applied chapstick?
like 8 minutes ago. I think. during that
secretive. I
whole
didn't even-
during that whole discussion. Ready to go?
Seems like a good time.
You ready? Okay. Hang on.
I don't like when I can hear people swallowing in the mic. So
You can't hear anything. Oh,
I
you
don't
mean
know.
Later.
Tim, I swear he saves his food for when he's on these podcasts.
I told you.
He just
I think he does it
munches
on purpose.
away.
Well, he doesn't eat here.
He
I
has
think- I
in the
think that's-
past.
I think that's this guy.
He's like,
No, I don't do that.
You're the
I've
only
never-
person.
I don't smack in the mic.
I
Not in
haven't
the mic.
noticed him, but Tim smacks really
That's
bad.
the trick. He doesn't need food to smack. He just smacks.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, you are right about that.
Yeah. That's the confusion there. Okay. Savannah's rapid fire.
Oh gosh,
It's fine. Ranch or blue cheese?
ranch.
Harry Potter or Court of Thorn and Roses?
Oh shoot! Come on,
We asked the burning questions here, lady. I'm sorry.
Harry Potter.
All right, let's plant a flag there.
Harry
that was
Potter has
quick.
has movies and a whole world that you can
No,
visit.
you got to go books.
And ambiance music.
Books. Oh
Not beyond.
no, because no.
No, books.
If we're bringing
We're going
all
books.
of those things into
Books.
books,
Books
Because
explicitly.
Court of Thorn and
Only
Roses
books.
only has books.
Only books.
So you got to go book to book.
It's only fair.
so if I was choosing to read Harry Potter for the rest of my life or A Court of Thorns and Roses for the rest of my life, A Court of Thorns and Roses.
I kinda
The
figured
series,
that
not
was
just the
answer.
one book, the whole series.
All right, I've never heard of this. What is that?
It's a book series.
I gathered that, but about
Yeah.
what?
Yeah. Oh,
That's gonna unlock a whole
Let's not do this.
conversation.
Let's not do this.
Oh, it's that kind of series.
It's one of those.
Okay. All right, continue.
What are you talking about?
I don't know.
That is very rude.
We're
It's a
doing
very
rapid
good
fire
series.
here. I'm sure it's a good series. I'm just saying it's rapid fire. It's going to take you 10, 15 minutes. to
He was
go through
pulling
the
me
whole
back
thing.
from the brink there.
Yeah.
But if I had to choose between the two and we put
Books.
everything into the picture, I would choose Harry Potter
That's fair.
because because of the ambiances and because of Harry Potter World and because of Hogwarts Legacy. The books are amazing.
See that? She listed a game.
Outstanding.
This is why I love this woman.
Huh?
I said you listed a game. That's why I love you.
Yeah.
Hogwarts
I
Legacy.
even, not to call myself out on being a little bit of a nerd, but I have a whole playlist of like movie scores that I like. And I would say at least 75% of it is Harry Potter and Hogwarts Legacy.
Mm-hmm. I believe
I
that.
just play it when I want to listen to music that doesn't have words. Do you ever do that?
Yeah, you're in good company. We do the same thing.
I know.
all the time. It's all lo-fi.
Yes, but like other people don't. In
Well,
case y'all
Yeah,
are
because
wondering.
they're lame and boring.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moving on. How many years have we been married?
4.
Cool. What do you think you'd be able to do more easily? Pick up violin again or do a tumble?
Do a tumble.
Really?
I could probably do a back tuck.
Okay.
You
Yeah.
play violin?
No way now.
Yeah.
What's
No, for real. I probably could.
what's a back tuck?
Like a backflip.
Just standing straight and you just
It would take
do a
me
backflip.
like probably 2 or 3 times of landing on my knees, but I probably could land it. That's the one thing that I could.
Absolutely
That's
want
the
to
one
see
thing
this.
that I could do like once a year for years and years after I finished cheerleading.
Think about it. It's been probably almost 10 years now.
I think I could. I would have to start on a slope though.
I want to see this over the
I
next
haven't
couple
played
days.
violin since I was in 7th grade.
Okay, well, doing a backflip after 10 years of not doing it
I mean,
is
you didn't
pretty
say
crazy.
if you didn't say a backflip and land it.
I also said a tumble. I didn't know what a back tuck was. I don't even know what a tumble is.
Okay, well, a tumble could easily be a cartwheel.
it's where you just
And I could
roll on your
definitely do
shoulder.
that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Why'd you stop playing violin?
Tumble. I'm gonna be honest. I was embarrassed.
Okay, that's why I quit playing saxophone. But now,
trumpet.
Now I wish I had.
I
not
wish
done
that I had not stopped
Yeah.
because I was actually really good at it, and I wish I hadn't stopped. I definitely stopped because like
You're embarrassed.
Cool people didn't play violin when I was in middle school, but I was good at it.
Yeah.
And
That's
I
why
really
we-
liked playing Pirates of the Caribbean on it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I played Jurassic Park.
That was why Jesse and I put down our brass and woodwind instruments. We were like, "This is lame. Let's play guitar and drums."
Yeah. Yeah. Godzilla or King Kong?
Godzilla.
Everybody said Godzilla. Favorite quality about Hannah?
Hannah? Aw.
What?
Oh God. Rapid fire? I can't think of one off. Like, there's so many qualities.
Favorite. Go.
Favorite?
Favorite. Go. Quick. Rapid.
Probably how she's like so sweet, but she's also like so sassy at the same time. No, that's not what I said.
Whoa.
No, it was a joke.
She's like the
Relax,
sweetest
sit in
thing,
there.
but she's also like.
Whoa.
That's what Tim would do.
Yeah.
She's sassy, but what?
She's like so sweet, but she's also so sassy. She's like a Sour Patch Kid.
Sour, sweet, gone.
Good for
Yeah.
you, man.
Yeah.
Are you having fun so far?
Yeah.
That's good. Ashton or Tim?
You better be careful.
Ashton. Ash.
Hell yeah. Get bent, Tim.
Don't tell my brother-in-law.
What? He doesn't listen. Water parks or all-time low?
Water parks.
Wow. I didn't think that was going to be easy.
Okay, well, here's the thing. Why are you looking at him like that?
Because he spit up
You're
his drink.
communicating through your eyes.
We don't do that.
That's what you were doing.
We don't do that.
I've been a diehard water parks fan since the day I heard their very first song.
When was that?
Oh,
6 months ago?
They didn't. No.
I'm kidding.
I've been listening to them since 2018, but they were only 2 albums in 2018. In 2018.
But All Time Low's been around since 2007.
I didn't listen to to
Listen.
that type of music until I met Jesse.
Oh.
So he unlocked a whole new side of me.
All of that stuff.
Like all of it.
So marriage really was a positive experience for you.
Yeah.
What do you mean really was a
Really
positive
was.
experience?
I'm trying to talk you up here.
Okay.
Yeah, stop taking it like an insult.
No, it just sounded like you guys had a conversation before, and then you're like, you know what? It really was a positive
No,
experience.
no, that didn't happen.
Okay, cool. I love you.
I love you too.
What would be the next? That's a good answer. What would be the next movie you want to see?
You should have said, I know.
Oh, dude, that would have been so great. That would have been so good. What's the next movie that you want to see at ASO?
I think one of the Pirates of the Caribbean movies.
Ooh, nice.
Wouldn't that be good? Hans
That'd be
Zimmer.
really good. First one.
That would be
Hans Zimmer.
so good.
Hell yeah.
That would be so good.
Ashton's really into
The
Hans
fact
Zimmer right
that you know that man's name, that makes me
Yes.
happy. Yep.
now. Tell you she's in the scores.
Yeah.
So what shows have you guys been to?
We saw Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire. We saw Night Before Christmas. Home
My
Alone.
favorite, Home Alone.
Is that the only ones that we've seen?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's probably like one of my favorite dates.
Did John Williams do Goblet of Fire?
Mm-mm.
No.
Mm-mm.
No, I think that's a Patrick name.
Okay.
Patrick something.
Hmm.
I think.
What's the next project that you would like to do to the house?
That doesn't include the table.
Yeah, that's not. Yeah, to the house.
Oh, look, Savanna.
I have plans to do I would like to do something on the wall in our hallway. I think what I want to do is like beadboard and then like a little really short shelf. Like really short, like this big.
For like
just,
a picture frame or something.
just for picture frames. But I want it to be the length of the wall.
Jesus, that's like very long.
The one on the one on the side with
Oh, the other side.
one on the side with the thermostat.
Okay.
The whole
yeah,
point
that's
of,
the whole. That's the huge wall
The
that I'm
whole-
talking about.
all it's going to take is for the tiny shelf, that piece of wood,
The
and
length
then-
of the wall.
and then beadboard. Beadboard is so cheap.
The length of the wall. That's like 6 feet.
Okay.
That's longer than that. That's like 12 feet. What
okay,
am I saying?
but it'll look cute. I can't stop in the middle of the wall. That would look weird.
She said, no, it's just the one with the thermostat. That's the longer wall.
No, it's not. The longer wall is the one
But
that's on the wall with
but it's cut
the
up
guest
by
bedroom.
but it's cut up by 3 doors. So it's not longer. The other wall is just
Every
wall.
time I come up with like a home project, this is what he's like. And then once it's done, he's like, "Oh yeah, that's pretty good."
All I said was that's going to be a long wall.
Okay. And
Exactly, and it's just
It'll
the
look great.
truth. I never said it wouldn't.
okay.
Patrick Doyle.
Knew it was a Patrick name.
Beach or mountains?
Mm.
You have to think about this.
What do you think I would say?
Beach?
I
No
think,
question.
my gut was saying beach.
Hell yeah.
She's
I am
only-
the only person in this friend group who says the beach.
If I had to choose between going on a beach trip and a mountain trip, I would prefer the beach. But I will say, for someone who likes the beach, I don't like sand. I don't really care for sand.
Why?
It like gets stuck all over you.
What
and,
is positive about
and
sand?
you when you
Ash?
and then when you put sunscreen on, it's like scratching all over you. And I burn very easily. But if I have the proper For instance, I went to the beach last weekend, you know, for Erica's bachelorette weekend, and we had like a whole tent. We had chairs. We had all the towels. We brought our own like mixed drinks and everything, and it was like the perfect setup. So like it was very enjoyable.
Let's reset here. What is positive about sand?
It's pretty.
No, he gave you a crazy look when you said there's nothing good about it.
I mean, you put your feet like down in it, and it just feels great.
Only on your feet, though.
Am I wrong?
Then then it moves everywhere else.
I think it's
and
because
then you find it in your car for the next month.
Not if there's a shower that you just spray your feet off with.
Yeah, but then you're walking in wet sand to get out of it, and you're still gross.
It doesn't matter
when
how...
you get to the sand, you take your flip-flops off, walk in the sand, then walk back, spray your feet off, then you put your flip-flops on.
I feel like no matter
yeah, but
how
the whole
well...
area around the shower is wet sand. So you rinse yourself off, and then you have to parade through 100 yards of wet sand to get out of it, and then you're back to square
You're reaching
one.
deep in the bag for this one.
I think
So
that's pretty
I will
accurate.
say he's probably not a good person to talk about this with
Mm-hmm.
because he can't sit on the beach for more than 5 minutes without being ready to scoot out of there.
I believe that.
He hates the beach. Hates it with a burning passion. That's
Yes.
why we don't go on beach trips.
Then why did you agree to move there at retirement?
That's in 30 years, man.
Okay.
I don't know why he agreed to that either.
I never said I'd go on the beach.
He's just going to live on the beach, but not go on the beach.
Yeah.
What are you guys?
You get
Oh,
a
right.
balcony.
You'll probably just stay in the house.
Yeah, you get a balcony. You look at it.
That would be nice.
There you go.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
June 8th, 2055. We will be there. Hey, what color are my eyes?
Brown. Light brown.
Is that true?
Yeah.
Cookies or brownie mix?
Oh, shoot. You can't make me choose.
Forever.
It depends on my mood.
I know, forever. You got to choose
Forever?
right now. You got to choose right now.
Brownie mix.
Wow. Back to the OG. All right. Which one instrument would you want me to play for the rest of my life?
The rest of your life?
Only one.
Probably guitar.
Dang.
But I love when you play drums. But if you were only playing it for the rest of your life, those drums are loud.
That's what you're thinking of?
That's what I'm thinking of.
Okay.
I like the drums a lot.
Wow.
If I had to choose which one I like you playing better, it would be drums.
Which
But if it was for the rest of our lives, it would be guitar.
which instrument was Jesse playing when you saw him for the first time?
Drums.
Drums?
Yeah.
Okay. I feel like it's got to be drums
That's
then.
when I fell in
That's
love.
what I would have thought. Yeah.
But for the rest of my life. I can't escape it when I'm in this house if you're playing those drums. It's very loud.
Walk outside.
I can't escape it out there either. It's very loud. You can hear those drums outside.
I know. What would be your next tattoo?
I want to get I have two that I want.
One.
One? Okay, I want to get like a stained glass window on the back of my arm for my mom.
A window?
Yeah, like cuz she's a designer. So it would be like a pretty window.
Okay.
Like architect. Sure. Architecture.
Okay. What? That was funny. What is only one thing that you would want to instill into your child?
Into my child?
Mm-hmm.
Physical or not physical?
Just like a lesson, like a life lesson.
A life lesson.
Yeah.
Maybe if you're upset about something, give it like some time to cool down before you act on it.
Nice. Yeah.
Because it took me like 25 years to learn that lesson.
Yep.
And a lot of times I won't be upset about it anymore and it's not worth the conversation.
Makes sense. I like
Nice.
it. What was your favorite date of ours so far?
Favorite date. Like just a normal date?
Not like a vacation, just like a
Oh, well then the orchestra.
which one?
Harry Potter.
Hmm.
Harry Potter with Melting Pot before.
Yeah, I kind of figured.
It's pretty good.
I know he wants to plant a flag on Melting Pot. All right, last question. Fill out your Millennium Falcon cockpit.
Oh gosh.
You and 3 other characters.
Characters?
Mm-hmm. From all the movies. Don't.
I like that.
Yeah.
I like that variation.
She already gave me the look, so we know Kylo Ren's one of them.
Kylo's got to be one of them. I love Kylo.
You mean Ben Solo?
I like both.
We only get one.
Well, they're the same person, so that's one.
That's fine.
Probably Han
You
Solo.
gotta think practical here.
Han Solo. 'Cause
Okay.
he's good at driving it,
Flying it.
flying it.
Mm-hmm.
That's 2, so one more.
Think. Yeah.
Wait, Han from which episode though?
Ooh, good stipulation.
I don't like that.
Young or old? Go with that.
Young.
Okay, so 4, 5, and 6. Now you need one choice from episode 1 through 3. I'm gonna throw that in there.
Jar Jar.
Nailed it.
Can I?
You can pick who you want. I was kidding.
Well, what I was going to say was Rey because I need there to be a female.
Yeah.
But if I'm gonna choose from episodes 1, 2, or 3, I'm gonna choose Anakin.
You want to pick Padme? She's a woman.
What can she do?
She's awesome.
I mean, yeah, but she's
badass.
Anakin from which episode? Episode 3?
3. I'm just
You
kidding.
better stop giving me these dirty looks
Yeah.
when you name men. I don't like it.
I don't know.
She
Probably
chose
not
3
episode
dudes.
3. No,
Yeah,
I'm joking.
3
Not,
handsome men.
No, not episode 3.
That's exactly what she did.
He's
The most
bad.
handsome men in all of the movies.
See, but
At their prime, no less. God.
but obviously, I couldn't choose Anakin from episode 1. He's like a baby.
Tough crowd. Okay.
So if I had
So
to
that's
choose
your
Anakin
cockpit.
from episode 1, 2, or 3, I guess.
Oh, good.
Could I choose 3, but before he starts to turn bad?
I regret that question.
Regret.
Yes.
Why do you regret that question? What's wrong with that?
You named
know
3
who.
the most handsome men.
You know who my favorite characters are. You knew I was going to choose Kylo from the get-go.
I know that.
Lord.
And then I had to put a little bit of practical in there. Han.
Practical.
It is practical. He's good at flying the Millennium Falcon. Does that really say 2 hours and 26 minutes?
1 hour and 26.
Oh.
Yeah, add an hour.
Oh.
All right.
Let's hope the AC works in the Millennium Falcon. All right,
Why?
moving on.
Because they're hot.
Oh. Interesting.
All right. Thanks for being on. We got to wrap this up.
That's how you're going to end it?
No, I'm kidding.
What about
Ashton's got
what about
questions.
my
I was
questions?
kidding.
Oh, more
All right.
rapid fire.
Yeah, that was only the first half.
Oh,
Did you do 20?
this is kind of fun.
Oh, now she's having fun because of the last question.
Yeah. All right,
Already glistening.
So full disclosure here. I always allow the week to go by when I'm supposed to be prepping for the show and then realize Thursday night, like, damn, I got to do something quick. So I was messaging Jesse last night on my way home. I was like, are we doing 20? Like, does it need to be 15 or 20? He's like, yeah, somewhere in that range. So when I finally got to sit down and look at these or put these together, it was after 9 o'clock last night. Not peak brain performance at this point.
Okay.
So
Well, mine were not the best either.
Threshold's
pretty low.
So full disclosure here, I had help
From who?
assembling these questions.
From who?
So I texted Annabelle and said, "Can you help me do these?" And she had just had a margarita. She's like, "I'm feeling really good right now." So the questions that are good in this list,
All right, Annabelle.
mainly her. All right.
Makes sense. She's pretty solid.
So question 1.
Mm-hmm.
Cats or dogs?
Cats.
Whoa, I didn't even finish the question.
You don't need to.
You don't have to. I am a strong cat person.
Have you owned a cat?
Yes. I grew up with cats.
Oh,
I had 3 cats growing up.
okay.
All at different. Actually, 4. At one point in my childhood, we tried to have 2 together, but they didn't like each other, so one of them ran away.
All right, that was easy. What is the best cereal?
Fruity Pebbles.
Good. You probably already named this or talked about this earlier. I put down the worst thing that's happened to you at work. Maybe it wasn't the worst thing that's happened to you.
tops that's pretty high up. Either that or when a patient hemorrhages. That's pretty bad.
All right.
It's scary.
Yeah. Favorite year of high school?
Probably I don't know. They all have like good things, but they all have like not good things. But probably senior year.
Same. Georgia or Florida?
Like state?
State.
Florida.
Is there a big reason why?
I miss my hometown.
Okay. Fair enough. What is your biggest pet peeve?
When people chew loud.
Really?
I don't like it.
So, like with their mouth open or just when they chew?
Both.
Both?
I have someone in my family that has the art of chewing loudly but with their mouth closed. I don't know how they do it, but they do it. You know who I'm talking about, don't you?
Yes.
There's people in your family that are loud chewers too. It makes me feel like some type of anger within me.
Okay. So
Yeah.
you get violent. Borderline violent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You bag $100 million in the lottery. What's the first thing you buy?
Buy?
Yep.
A trip to Europe.
A trip to Europe.
Probably Scotland.
Why?
Because I want to go to Scotland really bad.
Okay. All right.
Just because, Ash.
Yeah, because I want to freaking go.
It's where my heritage is from.
Is it really?
Yeah. I'm like 56% Scottish.
56.
Something like that. For real. And did you know I have like 1% Nigerian?
Everybody does.
No, for real. Hannah didn't. I got it from my dad. Can't
How
you
did
tell?
How did you
That
find
makes
that out?
no sense.
I did Ancestry.
Oh, what else was in you?
English.
Okay, that's not
English.
surprising.
I had
Anything else
some-
surprising?
Wales and Ireland. Wales, Ireland, Scotland, English,
Yeah, that's all the.
Nigerian.
That's all
It's
Great
England.
Britain, though.
No, there might have been one other one, but I think those were most of them.
That's why you can do backflips.
The Nigerian one was the one that really caught me off guard.
Yeah.
Like I definitely was like maybe I Sweden and Denmark, Ivory Coast and Ghana.
That's also Africa.
Yeah. So I have 1% of Ivory Coast and Ghana and 1% of Nigeria. And then 2% Wales, 3% Swedish, 7 Ireland, 29 England, and 57 Scotland.
Okay, so you're a Scot.
A skull.
There's the Harry Potter explanation.
That's all her show's explanation.
If I go to Scotland, I have so many things saved of places that I want to go, like filming locations, like I think the train, isn't the train in Scotland?
What train?
The train from Harry Potter.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah.
I think it is. But like there's like different castles and stuff that are like from filmings over there, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
the castles would be
I
cool.
would die.
I want to see the coast.
Die.
The huge coast in England where it's just like massive cliffs.
Oh, I want to go there.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
My family's from Ireland on my dad's side. Every time I see Irish landscape on TV,
It's like it
it's
calls
like my
to you.
exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Literally.
I am so glad someone else feels this way. Do you feel this way about Italy?
Sure. Yeah.
He doesn't want to go out of the country. He doesn't want
I'm
to
sorry, I don't have that itch.
He doesn't have the itch to travel
I
out of the
don't know.
country. I don't know
I
why,
don't.
but I think
I'd like to see Italy, but I wouldn't want to pay for it.
he doesn't want to pay for it. And I don't even want to know what he would be like sitting on a plane for that long.
I'd be taking laps. I'd be
In
getting to
the
know my
sky.
Taking laps or taking a nap?
yes, taking
Just
naps.
bring those gummies.
Yeah, at least I won't be stressed.
Then he would laugh the whole time.
Favorite genre of movie?
Probably like if it's like fantasy.
Fantasy?
Yeah.
Iron Man or Captain America?
Captain America, I think.
Are you an early bird or a night owl?
I'm more of an early bird,
Okay.
but I could do both.
Okay. Harry Styles' best song?
Why are you making me choose? Where did you get this question?
I
Did
came up
you
with
come
it.
up with that question?
Yeah.
Wow. Harry Styles' best song. Oh my goodness. I don't know.
Golden.
No,
What?
no.
You're so quick for
That one's too popular.
Golden is too popular?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Hmm.
But all of his songs are popular. But
Oh,
that one was that was a
alright.
very well played song. Like it was played everywhere for a long time.
Do you like Kiwi?
I love Kiwi.
Okay. Jesse thought it was weird at first, but then we learned to play that on drums and guitar.
Which one is that? Oh, is it the one that we played by him?
She walked away with a cheap pack of cigarettes.
Oh, I love that song. Yeah. Bum, bum. Yeah. I got you.
That one live. Oh, I want to see it live.
Have you seen him
No, I
live?
want to see him live
Oh
so
my.
bad. But his tickets are expensive.
All concert tickets are expensive. Like ridiculously
I don't
expensive.
think I can choose a favorite. I can't even choose. I can barely choose a favorite album.
Okay. All right. Well.
I
Just-
love all of his songs.
Okay. Fair enough. They're all good.
Yeah, they are.
What is the best part of visiting Disney?
Honestly, I like Disney just for like the ambiance. Like the rides are like okay. There's like one ride that I would say is like top notch.
Guardians.
But Guardians. But like I usually like going to Disney just because it's like it's just a good time. You know?
Okay.
I do like the fireworks.
Do they do those every night?
Mm-hmm.
Every night they do fireworks?
Yeah.
And they stay for every single one, too.
Hey.
They love it. I didn't say that
you
negative.
love
I was
it?
just telling you. I
Oh,
said
okay.
they love it.
Are the
Oh, we
shows
love it.
always the same, or do they change them up slightly?
It depends on if there's holidays.
Okay.
But usually they have like the same classic ones that they do. But they're so good. And like they bring in like serious crowds. Like everyone in Magic Kingdom will be standing in front of the castle for it.
Favorite holiday?
Probably Christmas.
Good choice. Coffee or tea?
That depends on my mood, I think.
Your mood?
Yeah.
She goes
What's-
through, like,
what's a-
I like both.
spurts.
What's a coffee mood?
Like I'm in a coffee mood right now. I got a cold brew pitcher.
So you're talking about phases, not moods.
Mhm.
Yeah, phase.
Yes.
But
So when
no, it does. It depends on my
Phases.
mood.
Okay.
Phases, though. You don't do night to night. You do, like, months.
Oh yeah. I have like this problem where like I'll like fixate on things. And it's not just like I do it with foods. I do it with movies. I do it with songs.
Mm-hmm.
I do it with artists. So like I'll fixate on something that I like and I like literally listen, eat, drink, whatever it be on repeat until it's
You just get sick
engraved
of it.
in my brain. Yeah. Except usually I'll get sick of it because I'll find another one and it'll make me like distracted from it but it'll come back later for sure. But yeah, like right now I'm on my coffee kick. Like
Okay.
I'm like really into like the iced coffees and making yeah. But I do like me a good like rooibos tea. What? Like a red tea.
I know what you're talking about.
Good.
Yeah.
Queen Bee has a really good red latte. It's very good.
Red latte.
Red latte. Iced or hot. They're both good. Okay.
Have you ever wished that you had more siblings?
Not really, but if I did, I would wish maybe that I had a brother at some point. But no, not really. I'm pretty satisfied with what I got.
Okay. Did you have a favorite class in college?
In college, like college or nursing school? Because nursing school was also kind of college, but not nursing school. I didn't like any of those classes.
You didn't like any of your nursing school
Nursing
classes?
school sucked. The only thing about nursing school that was good was my friends.
Okay.
Other than that, a favorite class, I mean, I cannot recall one class that I'm like, wow, that was great. I didn't like school.
All right. Did you have Did you have subjects that you were really good in or really
Good
bad
at?
in? Even in high school?
I've never been too great at math.
Yeah.
I was never one of those students who like excelled in certain areas, but I also was like not bad. Does that make sense?
Mhm.
I was just like very mediocre. I was like a B.
You didn't
a
have to
B
study
student.
that much, but you also didn't try very hard?
No, I definitely had to try.
Okay.
School didn't like come easy, but like I didn't have to like, but like I did, like it didn't come easy. So like I wasn't taking like AP classes or anything like that. I didn't even dual enroll. But like I wasn't like really bad at it. Like I didn't have to like try so hard that I was like failing my classes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. All right, this was definitely not my question. Would you rather go back in time to meet your ancestors or go forward in time to meet your descendants?
Oh. I think back in time.
Back in time?
Yeah. I love watching stuff back in the day. So that would be kind of cool.
All right, we'll follow up on that. If you could visit any era in history, what would it be?
Like probably like in the like any era. I don't know. I'm really bad with like years and centuries. But it would have what?
Would you like Great Gatsby era? Would you do like
Before the Great
the
Gatsby
Outlander
era.
era?
Like Victorian England?
Would you do
Yeah.
1800s?
I kind of figured she was going to say that.
I was going to
Yeah.
say 1800s. Like that's like where I would probably, but it would not in America.
Yeah.
1800s in
She's like, ew, gross.
in like Europe,
1800s.
Yeah.
somewhere in Europe, like Scotland or England.
America in the 1800s would have sucked.
Mm.
Boring,
Yeah, especially if you're in the South.
terrible.
Do you even know what was going on?
Yeah. Slavery.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Yeah, that was definitely going on. Savannah's got a lot of mannerisms that remind me of Elaine on Seinfeld. Okay, also not my question. Would you rather make more money doing a job you hate or less money doing one you love?
No. I don't know.
These are fake. Not a serious
I
question.
want to say less money at a job that I love, but at the same time, like I do like having a little bit of a cush lifestyle.
Yeah.
Like I'm
Kush lifestyle.
for real. Like I'm not saying that like my happiness stems on money, but like I like being able to buy what I want.
Yeah.
Like so if I'm working a job that makes less money but I like my job, I'm going to be having to work a lot. I'll be spending all of my time at work, which kind of sucks. But it also sucks to be at a job that you hate, so I don't know.
Okay. So probably make more money.
Ash, that's our next merch t-shirt. Kush lifestyle.
Cush lifestyle.
I would be really honored.
The logo on the back.
What logo?
I already know what it'd be logo.
No.
Yeah.
All right, last one. If you could choose only one sense, so taste, vision, smelling, hearing, and
God.
touch, which one would you keep?
That's hard.
that's
These are
really hard.
hard questions. These are not
Can I-
rapid fire questions.
Can I
You
throw
have to think
Can I
about
throw a
these.
curveball in here?
Sure.
Which one would you get rid of?
Okay. Yeah. Do that one. If you had to get rid of one, which one would you choose?
Because that's just dark.
It would suck to lose 4.
Everything.
Yeah.
Which one would I get rid of?
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest. Probably, I hate to say it, but probably eyesight.
You want to go blind?
I love listening to music. I want to hear.
You want to smell things? I would get rid of smell, no question.
Yeah.
Oh, I kind of forgot about smell.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a sense.
Yeah.
That's the weakest of them.
I kind of don't think I would care about not.
But
smelling
you
things.
went for
But not smelling things
Total-
changes the way you.
Total dark.
But if you take but if you take
You went for
total darkness.
He's like total darkness.
Listen, but if you take like I wasn't thinking about smelling, but like if you're thinking,
you went for the best.
but if you're thinking between hearing and tasting and touching, like I'd rather.
Oh, and touch too. Get rid of touch. That's meaningless.
That's like important. You need to be able
Yeah,
to feel
touch
things.
is up there.
That's very important
I would
in
say
your everyday life.
I'd say it's probably smell and then taste.
Yeah, taste.
Yeah. Like I need to hear, I need to be able to see.
Okay, so
Okay,
let's
maybe I
rank
would
this
do
stuff.
taste then.
Let's
okay,
rank
no,
this.
but y'all are out here saying rapid fire, and sometimes
Well,
when
this is
I
the last
rapid fire try to answer a question, I don't think about it.
None of this has been rapid fire. Let's just be real.
Okay, I know.
Let's
Okay,
rank
well,
this.
for real, definitely probably smell.
Is the least.
Like I would probably get rid of
You get
smell
rid of
first,
smell.
and then
Yeah.
after what he just said, probably taste next.
Yeah.
Even though I would really miss the taste of brownie mix.
You would rather get rid of taste and touch?
Yes,
Why?
because then I would eat healthy things all the time, and I wouldn't even know it.
What do you mean?
I wouldn't taste it, so I'd be so healthy.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
No,
definitely.
I don't agree with you. I'm just saying, okay.
You would never see me eat cake again. Brownie mix, cookies. Wouldn't eat them because I'm not going to taste anything. But I will say, when you lose taste, it also, or when you lose smell, it messes your taste.
Taste, yeah.
So like, if you lose your smell, you're warping your taste buds. But I definitely don't want to get rid of hearing. And I definitely
I
don't want
can't
to get
believe
rid
you
of
went
touch.
right to sight. No questions
I wasn't
asked.
thinking about like taste and smell. Those are like, I was thinking about like serious senses, like in like eyesight and hearing were like the two big ones.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking which one I wouldn't want to lose. Hearing.
I think no question sight's number one for me.
Really?
I wouldn't. Yeah.
For someone who's so music oriented,
You want to go blind? You want to be blind?
I'm
You
with
can't-
Jesse, and like music
Really?
is so huge to me.
you don't
But
Blind?
you care more about your eyesight than being able to
At least I
listen or
can sit
hear
here.
or
I can
anything like
enjoy
that.
video games. I can still look at things. I can still build a Lego.
yeah,
I can still do so much.
it's
You can
literally the
drive.
color of your life.
Yeah.
It would be in order of importance for me: sight, sound, touch, probably taste, and then smell.
Mine is sight, sound, taste, smell, touch.
I just can't imagine living. I literally,
Like, I'm okay if I can't feel this.
I quite literally
That's fine.
hate silence.
Yeah.
I hate
Yes,
it. I
you-
hate it.
Yeah.
It drives me crazy. I can't even sleep in silence.
So, yes, I've been told this.
Yeah, sure. I'm sure you have.
Not just by me.
So Jesse, let me
Help me out.
pull you back here.
Thank you.
All right. Now think about this. If you nix touch first, there's no hot tub sensation. When you like hug people, you're not feeling anything. It probably would affect the way that you play instruments because you have no like perception of.
Yeah.
Then it's sound then touch. Not sound. Sorry. Smell then touch. Smell's at the bottom.
So you would lose smell first.
I think I would probably lose smell first too. But I wasn't thinking about smell when you said senses. I was just thinking eyesight and hearing.
And that's it.
And I was like,
There's-
oh God,
it's only
which
two
one
senses.
do I choose? And I definitely would choose. I'd rather be able to hear than I think I'd rather be able to hear. I hate silence. I think I would go crazy.
You'd be blind though. You don't know.
I understand.
You don't know what's happening.
But I think I would literally hate my life if I could not hear anything.
All right.
No, I'd agree.
Like I listen to music 24/7. I have something on all the time. Yeah. I stand by it.
So that's the answer.
But if I had to lose a sense, it would be smell after further communication
For elaboration.
and after some,
Yeah. From
conversation.
information from council.
After additional counsel, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Who came up with that question?
Annabelle.
Oh my gosh. I wonder what her answer is. She's kind of a quiet person.
Is talking a sense?
No.
I could lose that.
The ability to talk?
When we first started dating, he used to tell me all the time that he used to try to go like all day without saying any words.
I used to succeed at that.
Why?
Literally, why?
Want to see if I can do it?
No. Oh, I thought you were saying, do you want to see if you could do it?
No.
I was like, absolutely not.
I don't know if I could do it now.
Really?
I don't know. I wouldn't be able to, like, if I saw somebody, I'd have to seclude myself, and then I can do it, obviously.
You
But
don't think you could do it living in a house with me?
I think I could.
No, you could not.
I think you think I could.
Only if I left you alone.
Nah, I think you don't think so?
No, not if I was here with you.
Mm.
Only if I literally left you alone the whole time.
Yeah.
And that's impossible. I can't do that.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I used to do that when I was younger. Try to go a whole day without talking.
Nothing about that sounds appealing to me. There was never
It was a challenge.
There was never a day in my life that I was like, I want to be so quiet. I don't want to say one word all day. One thing about me, I like
sorry?
to talk.
I know. I know.
I do.
I know.
Yeah. I talked for the both of us for most of the beginning of our relationship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
First date.
Definitely first
You
date.
definitely did.
That's because you were so quiet. Someone had to fill in the silence.
Was he
That's
really?
Not true. That's not true. I couldn't get a word in edgewise.
Whoa.
All right, this is excellent territory that we've just wandered into because this is exactly where I wanted to land at. I've heard Jesse tell me how the two of you met and the first date and everything.
Mm-hmm.
So go ahead and give your side of the story on how things went because I want to.
Like from the very beginning? Like from
You mean like
camp?
first date, right?
Or from like first
I mean,
date?
you can start with when you met him.
Well, I met
but,
him
like-
at Camp Anderson,
Mm-hmm.
and I was a camper, and he was a counselor.
And how old? How old were
But
you?
Let's not start it that way.
okay, no, but
Rephrase.
here's the thing. He's a year and a half older than me, and I
What?
was just shy. They made me be a camper
Let's-
because
what?
I was like just at the cutoff. You know
What
what
kind
I'm
of
saying?
counseling was this? Was
Let's
No.
let's calibrate.
Was
the
Mr.
story.
Carell
Well, you
giving
didn't
over
let me
there?
finish.
Let's calibrate.
We spoke like maybe 3 words to each other the whole time. Remember how I said I fixate on things? I fixated. I was obsessed.
Why?
I don't know.
It was just kind of like.
Why?
I thought he was
Was
the
there a certain thing
cutest
about him?
man I had ever seen. I'm just gonna say it. I was so attracted,
Mhm.
and the drums just added a whole nother thing to it.
Mhm.
And he was a Christian boy, so I was like, oh my gosh, I love you.
Mhm.
So I was like so obsessed. Like I'm not even gonna sugarcoat it. I was obsessed.
So it was just
So-
natural attraction. Like you had
No,
not even talked to
definitely.
him.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we didn't really talk we had like one conversation on the very last day. That was it.
Did you initiate it?
Probably. If I had, I probably did.
Yeah, because you and Hannah came up and said you want to get a photo, and then we talked for a little bit.
Yeah.
You just went up and,
And
like,
we
can I get a
exchanged
photo?
Instagrams.
Yeah.
It was the last day of, okay, let's not be weird. It was the last day of camp, and like everyone was taking pictures with everyone. Like we were all
Yeah.
under the little pavilion, and like
got you.
it was
Okay.
like when everyone's taking pictures with all the counselors and stuff. So I got a picture with like every single person that worked there essentially. But
Thanks.
but I got two.
So
It was special.
It was nothing special.
It was.
Now it's not.
No, it was very special. It was special that it was him. But
I did feel good.
no. Yeah.
I'm kidding.
But yeah, so we exchanged like Instagrams and
As one does.
yep. And then it was like just casual likes and comments for about 3 years.
For 3 years.
For 3 years.
Whoa. Okay. All right. So let's plant a flag there. Did you have a boyfriend during those 3 years?
No.
Okay. Because I know what his answer is.
Yep.
Hey.
Interesting.
I wasn't doing anything. I just liked his photos. I never swiped up. I never sent him any direct messages.
Okay. So you were kind of.
What is
kind of
swipe
like.
up?
Like I didn't like swipe up on your stories and like say something unless I knew that you were.
She wasn't sliding into your.
I wasn't
DMs.
sliding into your DMs.
Okay.
So you were just kind of like from a comfortable distance,
Window shopping.
keeping up
I mean,
with.
I followed him on Instagram, so I was like, just if I saw him on my timeline, then I was gonna like it.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
because we were acquainted. But then, sorry. But then,
It's okay.
but then, like after about 3 years, when I knew that I was pretty sure that the territory was safe to move into, I did slide into his DMs, about a Star Wars post that he posted on his story.
Mm-hmm.
And then that turned into a whole conversation about Star Wars, which then turned into a whole conversation about everything. And then we made plans to hang out, but we lived in different states. So we were like, let's find a place in the middle. And by we, I mean me. I was like, let's find a place to meet in the middle. And he was like, oh, okay. And so we chose Albany, which, fun fact, is definitely a farther drive for him than it was for me. But, you know. And so we went to Albany for the day. There's not a lot to do in Albany, in case you were wondering. So it was very eventful. And then we like went to like this really weird like river aquarium and like this terrible zoo. It was awful. And then we walked on like a bridge, which was the bridge that he ended up proposing to me on later.
Didn't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And then
You don't know the proposal story?
No.
I have pictures of us I have pictures
Took her back to the
of
same
me.
bridge.
It's the same bridge, yeah, which is definitely like a trespassing one too, because you have to
Did you-
climb through a fence to get to it.
Did that let the cat out of the bag for you?
What do you mean?
That he was going to propose? The fact he was taking you to that bridge?
I was skeptical, but as any girl is, they don't want to get their hopes up and then something not happen. So I was trying not to have, expectations for what might be happening.
So my man
But-
says, let's go back to the bridge that we had our first
He
date
was
on.
trying to make it special.
Yeah, for a proposal.
Yeah.
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 So you were like somewhat
I was like,
Suspicious.
lay-
I was suspicious enough to get my nails done just in case.
I was laying crumbs for weeks. I was like, hey, David was just starting out of college, like starting his photo
Yeah.
program and stuff. He was like building his portfolio and a website and everything. So a couple weeks earlier, I was like, hey, David's looking to take some photos. I told him about the bridge
He
down in
definitely
Alabama,
had some
Albany
things to
we
cover
went
his
to.
bases. So I definitely
Yeah.
I was skeptical just because of the location, but I was also like, he's bringing a bunch of people. He had Billy and Ashley with him too. And I was like,
Well,
okay.
then a week later, Billy's good friends with David. So I was like, hey, Billy's going to come because David has a lot of gear he needs to bring. He doesn't have a car right now. I was like kind of slowly
But I definitely
building
was.
up to
I was
it.
skeptical enough that I was going to make sure that I had the right outfit on that I would want if I got proposed to, and that my hair was done correctly, and that my nails were done correctly. And one other thing that definitely threw me off was the day before he proposed, he got me a ring from Alex and Annie, which is like a pretty nice
Oh,
jewelry
I forgot
company.
about this.
And he got me this nice ring, and he had never ever gotten me jewelry before. And so when he got me that ring, like I was kind of like, he just got me a ring. Like, is he not proposing tomorrow? So that definitely threw me off.
Did you do that on purpose?
Yes. And also, do you remember in the car leaving the mall, Lucy and Navarro were with us.
Yes.
And Lucy said, "Oh, he gave you the ring already?" And I was like,
You had one job, Lucy.
I was like,
I
yeah,
was
this
like,
one.
6 months we've been planning this, Lucy. And then I think Navarro was like, said something, or you started describing it. And Navarro was like, yeah, he gave her that ring from Alex and Honey he just bought. Like, he jumped in on it.
What a
Yeah.
guy.
My heart.
What a guy.
I definitely didn't think when she said that. I didn't think.
Yeah,
My brain didn't think. Oh, he's proposing.
mine did.
I was definitely. That went right over my head.
I wanted to be like, do you think I would just give it to her in the middle of a mall? I was like so close.
But so yeah, we went to the bridge, and then what ended up happening was, I think it was like we met in January, like in person. So we met in January. Earlier that month, I had gone to Passion's Young Adult Conference in Atlanta, and I was like talking about how much I loved Passion's conference, and he was like, you should go to their church sometime. And I was like, well, it's like in Atlanta and I live in Florida. And he was like, well, if you ever wanted to come, like you could always come and like just stay with me if you want. And so I was like, well, at the time I was in nursing school. So I was like, it's kind of hard to like plan, a weekend trip like that. And then and then I was like, but literally the weekend that we were there, I had just happened to have a 3-day weekend that weekend. I didn't have to go back to school till Tuesday. And so I was like, I know this is going to sound like really crazy. I was like, but like I could come this weekend, like this weekend. Like we were there like that Saturday or something. And I was like, is that like weird? Like, and he was like, no. And so we went to a mall. He was
like, hell no. No, come on.
So we went to a mall in Albany, and I bought like clothes to change into because all I had was what I was wearing. And I think I got like some like minor makeup just to like get me through the morning. And then we drove to Georgia, and I stayed at his house. And I remember he was so gentlemanlike. He was like, I can sleep on the couch. And I was like, I don't want to make you sleep on your couch. And he was like, no, it's fine. And I was like, you can sleep on the bed, just sleep like under a different blanket. And so he did. He slept under a different blanket. So respectful.
Hug the wall, man.
I'm not even joking when I say I think he was like literally scared to like even like touch me.
Oh.
Like his toe would like
gentleman.
Like he was like, if his hand
Let
like
the record show.
even barely brushed me, like he was like like up against the wall the whole night. And then we went to Passion the next morning, and then I mean from there it was like immediate. Like the next weekend he was like my mom was coming in town to visit my cousin Tracy, who lives in Marietta, and my mom was all in on it too. I mean, she was like, I'm going up to see Tracy in Marietta, like, do you want to ride with me and go see Jesse? And I was like, yeah. So she dropped me off at Jesse's house the following weekend. I stayed the weekend with him.
Had your mom met Jesse?
At church camp 3 years
Apparently
prior.
I met them years prior at the camp.
Oh.
I don't remember,
He
but
doesn't remember, but
they remember meeting me. Because I met like 50,000 people.
I'm sure. And then the following weekend was the first weekend he came to Tallahassee.
Man, we did 3 weeks in a row?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
So
yeah, I
that's
didn't know that.
the origin of our love.
Romantic.
Is
isn't
it
it?
as is
All
it
right, that
is
lines
it,
up.
It lines up?
Yeah, that lines up with what he said.
Yeah.
When we were in Albany, like he was saying, I remember we went to like this little restaurant, and I actually literally remember talking so much that I like stopped myself and was like, all right, I'm done talking. Like, I've talked so much, it's your turn to talk.
Were you talking because you were nervous, or
for
just
sure.
because you're okay?
And when you first meet someone and you have a whole lifetime of things to talk about,
Yeah.
literally a whole, for real, like you have so many things to unbox about each other. And so it was like, you're just like, I remember being like so excited. Like I was like, I want to tell him about everything that's ever happened in my life, and I want to know everything that's ever happened in his life. And I was ready to uncover it all in one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then we like literally talked on the phone. Sometimes I think about like how crazy it was. We would talk on the phone 24/7. I would have earphones in my ear unless I was at school. That was the only time that I couldn't have them in. When I was working, like all the time, I just had a little earbud in my ear all the time. He was just like on in the background in my ear all the time. Crazy. Now we'll go like the whole entire day without talking to each other. We really
it's
grown.
a little different now.
I know.
Yeah.
We're so busy.
We did a couple days ago. We talked on the phone for a while. Both at work.
We did?
Wednesday, I think. Mm-hmm.
No, not Wednesday. I was teaching.
Okay, well, one of the days.
One of the days.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
Story checks out.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. I was hoping I remembered all the beats when I was... I don't remember when I was telling that story. But...
It's been a while
point.
back, but I remember
Was
the
it
major
the one that
points.
Zach was on?
No.
I haven't listened to that podcast yet.
You don't need to.
No.
I'm kind of scared too.
Don't worry about it.
It's only our most popular one, but no one... You don't need to
I
watch it.
probably will then.
You won't. That's fine.
What's one more view? Or listen.
Yeah.
Stream.
Yeah, when we were at the mall on our first date, when she like decided that she was gonna come up, that's when I like excused myself to go to the bathroom. When I called Tim and was like, "Listen, dude, you need to like clean up the entire house because like I have this girl coming," and he was literally like, "Okay." He was like, "Already?" And then he was like, "All right, cool, I got it." Handled it.
He may have cleaned it, but that house, it was nasty.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's gross. It's a good thing that I loved you, because that house would normally scare a woman away.
I think it's so cool that phone call led to Tim getting married. Right?
What phone call?
You calling him to, like, Savannah's decision to come up that weekend. It was like, just
I
the
think
dominoes
it was my
falling.
decision of
Yeah.
sliding into his DMs.
Yeah, I mean,
Well, that too, and then you can go back to the camp or whatever. But yeah, that.
well, the attraction she didn't get to choose. That just happened.
Mhm.
But
I think he was attracted to me too. Do you remember me
At camp,
from camp? Oh,
of course I remember.
that's sad.
Of course I remember.
I remember literally coming home and like telling everyone about him.
whoa, how old were you?
I literally.
I was 18. No. Yes. I think I had just graduated.
They're like extended family and friends of the family. Still tell me like she was talking about you for years.
I very specifically remember the little boy and girl Price and Shepherd that were in the wedding. The little boy that had the really blonde hair.
In your wedding or Hannah's wedding?
Mine and Hannah's.
He was standing in front of you at the wedding.
Sure.
The little kid. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I just don't pay attention
Yeah.
to small kids.
Yeah. I get it.
Those were the kids that I nannied.
Okay.
And I actually vividly remember coming home and going to babysit and like nanny them. And I remember being at Sam's house and being like, Sam, there was this boy at church camp. And let me tell you, I was like, he was the man of my dreams. I was like, I'm obsessed with this man.
Oh my.
I'm not even joking. I don't know how to explain it. I was like so obsessed. I told you I like to fixate on things. He didn't even know what to do with himself. No. But yeah, so that's
Oh,
that's what
awesome.
happened. But yeah,
And here we are.
here we are. But I do think sometimes if I hadn't like followed him or if I hadn't like messaged him on Instagram, I wonder how long. Like, I wonder if we would have ever ended up meeting up in person later.
Yeah.
Like, I wonder, like, if he ever would have messaged. Like, I've asked him, and he's like, I would sooner or later. And I'm like, I don't know if you would have. I don't think.
Stop shaking your head.
I don't think he would have. I don't think he would have.
He's not that type
I
of guy.
live in a different.
No.
I lived in a different state. Like, there was no reason for you to message me
Yeah.
and talk to me.
You're right.
Yeah, but a girl can dream, right?
Luckily, we don't need to live in that reality.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing. No, I didn't do that. Didn't do it.
Yeah.
Don't get. Listen, you did it, so it's all good.
I know. I'm glad I did.
Well, yeah. Yeah, me too. I'd be alone.
No, you wouldn't.
No, you wouldn't.
Oh, you suck.
She said the same thing.
First.
Well, I was just
I
faster.
don't feel like you lived 1 second of your life without a girlfriend.
No.
That's not true.
You were incapable of
It's
being single.
absolutely true.
He was incapable of being single.
Yeah.
He would have someone,
I was incapable of being alone.
Correct.
which is
means you were not single.
Okay, but by default, that's what it is. Really, I just didn't want to be alone.
That makes me feel special.
Oh,
You are
please.
special because I.
Oh, please.
Yeah, thank you. I don't even need to go into it.
Mm-hmm.
Got your back, buddy.
Thanks, man. Thanks. Well, this was fun. this was good. Do you want to say anything else to anybody?
No,
No?
I don't think so.
Did you have a good night?
Yes, I would like a yogurt parfait, but we don't have any Greek yogurt
No, we don't. Or strawberries.
or strawberries.
I topped them off when we got home.
That sucks. That's something I'm fixating on right now.
Greek yogurt,
We're
strawberries.
both of us are into yogurt parfaits
Vanilla
right
Greek yogurt with strawberries, blueberries, granola, and a little bit of honey on top.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell you, it's magical.
now. Tim got us hooked.
I've gone through a parfait phase before though.
Okay.
Yeah, so like it wasn't just him, but when y'all brought it home, and I was like, oh, I forgot how good that is.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what were you so nervous about?
I don't know.
It's just hanging out. We just
I'm
haven't
gonna be
had
honest.
microphones.
I just was like, what am I gonna talk to y'all about for like an hour?
You've been hanging out with us for years,
I
though.
don't know. You're like videoing me.
But you forgot you were being
Okay,
videoed,
I just
right?
felt nervous. Yeah, I did forget.
Yeah.
I just felt nervous.
You can't even see it with the lights.
No,
You
not
don't even
really.
know where it is.
And I also was just thinking
Don't
about
look.
like holding a mic
Yeah.
up to myself the whole time. I don't know.
You forget. Just yeah.
I feel like y'all should have like little stands.
We used to.
We did.
So you can just
we
be
start whenever we would get. So the first 10-15 minutes was like, you know, hanging out, and then once somebody would start into
You
it
would
like
start
a
pulling it off.
actual, Tim would literally lean forward, rip it off, and
Just
he'd
like,
like
let's get comfortable.
he'd like wrap it around, start talking.
He actually
So
does wrap it around his.
He's about to drop a sick beat every time he gets into a conversation.
And
He's
we'll like do the mic like this. Yeah.
So then we just did away with the mic stands. This feels a little more natural.
And then Jake last week, for whatever reason, would talk, and he'd be like,
Yeah. He's like, oh, it's not a handheld. That was my favorite game.
Could you hear anything he was saying?
Sometimes.
No.
I listened to it today.
I
It
was
wasn't that
definitely
bad.
messing with this a lot.
It made a lot of noise.
Oh, it does?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I didn't want to tell you because you look so pretty while you were doing it.
Aw. Babe. You're so sweet.
Okay. Ashton's ready to go now.
I didn't say anything.
I saw the look.
I'm having a good time. I'm
I am
thriving.
too. Oh, you're thriving. That's his new thing lately. I'm like, are you vibing? He goes, dude, I'm thriving.
He's thriving.
Yeah.
Are you going to come to Renaissance Festival?
I didn't get invited.
You could.
I could. I could get invited.
I'd get invited.
Jesse's saying no.
He had some interest.
No, I didn't. Oh,
Ashton.
him. Yeah. Well, I don't know if it's about the Renaissance
I
Festival.
don't know. He sounded like he wanted to go get a sword.
I don't know. I don't know about
My
that.
dad really wants to go, and so does Eddie. Eddie wants to go
He
too.
wants to do everything.
He was like, that was so cool.
I know.
He was like, the way y'all were dressed up. He thought it was so cool. And I told my dad wants to go too. And I told my mom that I'm only going to let him come if he dresses up like a hobbit.
That's just
Doesn't
Poor
he look like he
Marty.
could be a hobbit?
That's mean.
No, it's not. My dad loves Lord of the Rings. He loves Lord of the Rings. I think he would do it. I think he
Yeah.
would. It's not mean. We all dress up.
Yeah, but not as hobbits.
Yes, huh?
You dress up
You
as
haven't
hobbits.
dressed up
Not
as
me,
a
but
hobbit.
there's so many people there dressed up like the hobbits and stuff like that. It's like,
You know, hobbits don't wear shoes.
yeah,
They
exactly.
just have hairy feet.
He's a man. All men have hairy feet.
No,
Not that
hairy feet.
Okay. He would just wear sandals. He could do it.
Poor Marty.
No,
I
not
know.
poor Marty.
It's poor Marty.
It's not poor Marty.
He's had a rough go of it.
It's not poor Marty. I think that would be really cool if he came with us and he dressed up like a hobbit.
Now I know why the man fishes with the
Shut up.
alligators.
Yeah, did you see those videos of the alligators he was fishing with, and he was talking? He recorded an alligator, and in the video, didn't he say something like, "I got a story about this guy, I gotta tell you," and then he just meant that towards anybody who was showing the video to. And we talked for like a half hour about it at Easter. He was showing us all these videos.
He's very passionate about nature.
And that a tree almost fell on top of him.
Oh, yeah. He's got plenty.
Yeah.
Y'all should have him on the podcast.
We didn't get the bear story from him later.
Yeah, we will at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's got stories. I mean,
Oh, I know.
so many stories. He was wild. No, for real. You think I'm joking, but he was wild when he was young. He has so many stories. He would be a good person to talk to.
Are you good?
Yeah, I'm great, man. Thriving.
Am I boring you?
Yeah, no kidding.
No.
Savanna, listen, during practice on Wednesday nights, we'll all have in-ears in. So, there's noise coming through. I can still hear him on the other side of the stage
Yawning?
going, "Oh." I'm like, are you having a good time?
They're exhausting,
You do
man.
get home
It's at
so
the-
late every Wednesday. He's home at like 10 p.m.
I know. It's
Like, why is that
long
practice
days.
so dang long?
I mean, it's only 2 hours.
If it's only 2 hours, then you should be done by 9, which means you should be home by 9:30, and you're always home at like 10 o'clock.
Well, we're like packing up at 9. As long as everything goes well.
This past week, we were like 9:10.
Yeah.
Anyway, it's a good time to be alive.
Mm-hmm.
I still love it, though. I'm just tired when I'm there.
Yeah.
I really do love it. Wednesdays are awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
It's okay. That one didn't make any noise.
So how do we end this thing?
The music starts.
You make closing comments.
And then maybe something funny happens, and then we'll go from there. So, you got anything to say?
I'm not good at that kind of stuff.
There it is. All right. Thanks for being on the show, Toots.
Our first female guest on Nowhere to Be.
Jed.
Episode 49.
What was it that you said?
Our demographic horizons are
Yes.
expanding. Whew. Can't wait to see that ratio effect.